Braves, with 43 seconds left to go in the first period, have a 7-0 lead. We'll take a 60-second break. You're listening to Ottawa University Braves football on 1220, 103.7 FM, and KOFO.com.
We train yearly to be iCar Gold certified because as cars and designs have changed to keep you safer, so have the collision repair procedures. And at CarStar Ottawa, your safety matters. Call CarStar 242-8916. Relax, we'll take it from here.
Schedule your child's sports physical today with Dr. Chris Koster at Ransom Memorial Health's Pediatric Care and get a comprehensive exam, review of family health history, and information on injury prevention. Call 785-229-8891 or visit ransom.org. Ransom Memorial Health, providing remarkable care.
Have you seen the Coliseum in Rome? Kind of crumbly looking, isn't it? That's because it wasn't built by C.S. Cunningham Concrete. In fact, if C.S. Cunningham had been around back then, the Leaning Tower of Pisa would simply be known as the Tower of Pisa. No lean. That's because C.S. Cunningham Concrete does it right, with fully trained and licensed workers. If they'd built the London Bridge, there'd be no song about it falling down. Commercial, residential, concrete. C.S. Cunningham, 785-242-7101.
Rodriguez's kick will go into the end zone, and St. Mary will start at their own 25. Casey, that drive for OU started at their 12. 9 plays, 88 yards, and 4 minutes and 5 seconds taken off the clock.
Well, the Braves didn't have to, after they got the first third down conversion, didn't get to third down on the rest of the drive. So getting some big plays. Dylan Foose making a big catch. Kyle Field with his first touchdown reception for the Braves as a true freshman at 6'4", 180 pounds. And we know Darian Dillard's going to have a lot of double coverage tonight. Those guys are going to be able to make some big plays this evening.
Wilson, the tailback behind Cortez. Cortez wants to throw, fires. It'll be over the head of the intended receiver on the far side, Jaquise Cannon, incomplete.
Oh, and Cannon, a junior who played defense last year, Bob, had 11 tackles. He's a 5'7" junior from Gary, Indiana, had 1 catch for 41 yards. Is their big play receiver in the passing game.
2nd and 10, ball at the 25 of the Spires, ball at the far hash. They'll hand it off right up the middle. They'll give it to the big bowling ball, Wilson, and he's going to drag several Braves with him. He's going to be shy of the first down by a yard at the 34.
A lot of movement up front there by Prudhomme and then Trey Perkins, the center, as they were able to give Wilson a lane to run through, and he picks up 9 and gets it to 3rd and short.
So it'll be 3rd and 1 from the 34 of the Spires. Cortez with the back behind him, single receiver near side, 2 to the far side. They'll hand it off, wanting to go through the tackle and guard on the far side, and the Spires aren't going to get there.
They gave him a really good spot on the far side. I think he's going to get it, unfortunately, as Colt Greenwood and Garcia were there. And there is a Spire down, Bob, and this is an offensive line for St. Mary's that has a lot of experience, as they've got 2 seniors, 2 juniors, and then the right tackle is a sophomore. Didn't catch a number, as that does take us to the end of the first quarter.
Estevam was the ball carrier, and with that being the end of the first period, the Braves in front 7-0. We'll take a 60-second break. You're listening to Braves football on 1220, 103.7 FM, and KOFO.com.
At State Farm, our goal is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. This is State Farm Agent Keith King in Ottawa. Let me help you protect what's most important to you. Give my office a call at 785-242-9435 or stop by at 111 South Main Street in Ottawa.
To protect your family and plan for your financial future, get to know your Modern Woodman agent.
Hello, I'm Dale Pearson, your Modern Woodman agent in Ottawa, Kansas. Call me today at 242-6566.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
We came to Arvest Bank to learn about free blue checking. What do you like best about your account with no monthly fee?
Just, it's convenient, it's free.
When they told me it's free, I was like, what?
I've used several other banks in the past, and so it was very nice to switch to one that had an actually free checking account.
It's just one less thing you have to worry about taking out of your budget.
Do you know the monthly fee for your checking account?
Oh, yes. 0.
Congratulations. Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
It looks like it might be an arm.
Injured Spire is still on the ground at the 35 of St. Mary as we came to the end of the first period. Don't want to speculate on anything, but Looks like that it is a pretty serious injury. Not sure who it was. It would have been over on the far side of the line on that right side. So, again, we don't want to speculate on anything, but our prayers are with that young man for St. Mary, and you hate to see that, especially this early into a game.
Well, it's always a scary scene when they have to bring out the air cast, and you saw the head trainer for the Braves quickly come over here and pick it up, and it looks like all the coaches for St. Mary are out there, everyone for St. Mary and Ottawa on a knee, besides the defensive players for the Braves that are talking here in front of us. But always a scary sight. I think back to when Andy Otto broke his arm against Sagu back in 2008. Some of those things you don't when you see things like that, when things are dangling, that's just not something you forget for a long time. And we don't have a great view from here, but you've got 4 trainers around the individual, around the 35 of of St. Mary, and they're taking extra care here.
So let's go ahead and let's take another 60-second break. It's 7-0 Ottawa as we get ready for the start of the second period. 60-second break. You're listening to Braves football on 1220, 103.7 FM, and KOFO.com.
Okay. We've heard you. This is Bob from Leon's at 429 South Main in historic downtown Ottawa. We're going retro. Classic favorites like the Super Cheese Burrito, Enchilada Special, Fajitas, Chimichangas, and more are back. We also have great daily specials. Leon's, a family tradition since 1982.
Eric Price and his staff at the Lamb Roberts Funeral Homes are proud to sponsor this KOFO sports broadcast and honored to help so many families in the community with compassionate care when it's needed most. Lamb Roberts Funeral Home, Ottawa, Baldwin City, and Overbrook.
With the perfect Vera Bradley purse, anything is possible. Now you can discover a variety of fabrications, streetwise silhouettes, beautiful jewelry, luggage, and accessories at Sutton's Jewelry. You'll find newly released designer and functional bags with fashionable and seasonal designs. Get excited about the new line of KU and K-State patterns. Vera Bradley is a leader in the latest trending handbags, luggage, and jewelry with styles that are sure to make a fashion statement. Sutton's Jewelry and Vera Bradley. Find them at 207 South Main, downtown Ottawa.
First and 10 from the 36 of the Spires, but that'll be a hold as we were able to get the injured Spire. Casey, if you want to.
Yeah, that was the center Trey Perkins, the senior out of Gray, Georgia. The backup for St. Mary is a true freshman, number 67, Tyler Partlow, who will take over at that center position. He's a 6'1 freshman, 319 pounds from Paris, Georgia.
So it'll be first and 20 from the 26 of the Spires. Cortez, pistol formation, 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Handoff is going to go to the big back, Wilson. And the Braves will stop him for a loss of a yard back to the 25.
Yeah, and that's Colby Johnson, the first one there for the Braves. And along with Rodney Latham, who makes the transition, Bob, from corner to outside linebacker this season. Latham, a senior from Tigard, Oregon, had 4 tackles in the game last week. But when you can move a safety or a corner down to the outside linebacker position, that helps in coverage.
Second and 21 from the 25. Shotgun. Cortez wants to throw. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Pass will be incomplete. It hit his receiver right into the hands, and it was dropped. And that looked like that may have been Esteban, the running back. And so that'll bring up third down.
Well, Esteban last week had 2 catches for 12 yards. They'll put him out in the slot as the Braves have St. Mary here in 3rd and long. But that snap was a little high, and Cortez did a really good job that time as they bring out the punting formation here on 3rd down.
So maybe trying to throw some confusion the Braves' way. You never know, but you've got what looks to be 4 wide receivers over to the far side.
And that is Aiden Peeran back to punt it. And now they're going to bring someone next to him, and there's going to be a timeout called.
Yeah, the play clock ran out with 14:05 to go here. A timeout called. We'll go ahead and keep it here real quick. 7-0 Ottawa with 14:05 to go in the half. Casey, the Braves' first quarter stats are really, when you take a look offensively, what they've done, pretty darn good. 170 total yards, 137 through the air, and 33 on the ground.
And be able to pick up 9 first downs, and more importantly, 3 for 4 on 3rd down, keeping those drives alive. Ottawa averaging 6 yards a play as they've run 28 plays compared to St. Mary's 11. Cortez 1 for 5 for 10 yards. Doesn't have any yardage running the football. DeMontrell Wilson, 3 carries for 13 yards. But the strength of St. Mary's offense is definitely the running game. And when you force them into long third downs and second downs, they're going to have to put it in the air. The leading receiver coming back for this team was Michael Brown, who had 8 catches for 158 yards a year ago. Tay Turner, who's actually a backup receiver this year, Bob, had 42 catches for almost 700 yards and 8 touchdowns. But after that, not a single player had a catch a year ago for the Spires. And they really didn't get it going through the air last week. Only had about 130 yards to the air. Were able to put Tabor into some bad field position areas and force some turnovers against the Blue Jays and give their offense some short fields.
Cortez is just 1 of 5 here this evening, Casey, passing, and that is not a Drew Cortez number when you take a look at what we've seen him do throughout the years.
It will be the offense back out here. I think they were trying to force Ottawa to call a timeout, and unfortunately St. Mary's had to burn one as they tried to trick Ottawa with that punt formation on third down.
Pistol set, 2 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. They'll just hand it off. Right up the middle goes the running back, Ryler Esteban. 185-pound sophomore will pick up a couple of yards to the 28.
And that's Jarrell Taylor, Bob, coming from the safety position, converted from corner to safety this year. And the senior from Dallas, Texas, 5'9", 175, able to cut down the running back for a short gain. And the punting unit back out there as we're going to get to see Darian Dillard, Bob, for the first time tonight, return a punt.
He'll be at the Braves 35.
The Braves
Aiden Pearson
on the field.
Oh, sorry, Casey. Aiden Pearson with a high snap. He's going to rugby-style kick it, and it's going to roll past midfield to the 45, down to the 40, and to the 39 of Ottawa. Very lucky. That could have been much worse.
Well, Pearson, the preseason All-KCAC punter, able to take the snap that was way to his right and at least get something on it. Almost got blocked by Isaiah Veal by the Braves, but able to keep his composure and rugby it down the field and turn something that could have been disastrous into a decent punt with all things considered.
Braves' best field position of the night here with it at the 40. Ottawa University in front 7-0 over the Spires. Bob Johnson, Casey Weeder with you. 13:20 to go, first half. 1st and 10 from the 40, ball at the hash. Kagi with a man in motion, Foose from near to the far side. Now one back in the backfield, Reeder takes it, goes up the middle. He's going to be spun around and brought down, and a great job with the big paw. Adrian Luna, the junior defensive lineman from Nevada, to spin him down.
Yeah, Luna with 2 tackles and a sack against Paver last week. Only 225, but 255 in there at defensive tackle. But Reeder unable to get going there on first down.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the Braves 40. Shotgun again, Kagi. Reeder in motion. They'll fake the handoff. Kagi in trouble. Will throw the bubble screen over to the far side. It'll be incomplete. They were looking on that far side for Teal. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, the offensive linemen have got to get some kind of push before they leave Fender. And that time, no one getting a hand on Cesaris, the defensive lineman, and he gets right in the face of Kagi, who throws it off his back foot, and just not enough on it to get to Teal.
So 3rd down here, 3rd and 10 from the Braves 40. Shotgun again, Kagi, 3 receivers near side. Kagi rolls out near side. He's just going to pitch it forward, looks for Dillard. It was behind him. Dillard would have been able to catch it had it been in front of him, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, if Dillard just sits it around the 50-yard line that's painted onto the field, he was right in the middle of that zone, and Kagi could have actually thrown it forward instead of trying to underhand it. The Braves go 3 and out for the first time. For a St. Mary's defense that has been on the field for a long time, they finally get off the field.
So this will be the first 3 and out of the night for the Braves offense. This will be the 2nd punt of the evening with 12:37 to go in the half.
Braves with 11 minutes of possession in that first quarter. Big 3 and out for St. Mary.
Rodriguez will punt it. A good kick. It'll be angled far side and taken at about the 13, up to the 15, near the 20. It'll be drug out of bounds. Goes Zachariah Harris.
And first one there for the Braves looked to be Rodney Latham. A couple other Braves, maybe some young Braves there. Bob is combining on that tackle was Keith Waltrip, the 5'9" sophomore from Pittsburgh, Kansas, and Jalen King as well there for the Braves. So beautiful punt by Rodriguez to really pin in the returner and not allow much room to pick up anything.
Worst field position of the night for the Spires at their own 19. Ball is at the far hash. Cortez will have two backs, one to the right and left of him. Now one splits out here near side. They're going to hand it off. That's going to be the big running back, Wilson, and he will rumble up to the 24-yard line for a gain of 5.
One of the problems with Wilson is he just isn't built yet as a college player to stay in the game for 2, 3, 4 carries in a row. Last week he would get a carry and sit out 3 or 4 plays. This is the first time tonight I've seen him stay in the backfield for a second play. We'll see if they give it to him again.
5 from the 24 of St. Mary. Man in motion, far to the near side. 2 receivers now near side, one to the far side. They're going to hand it off again to Wilson, but he is undercut quickly by this Braves defense. That's going to be a loss of a yard, maybe 2. We'll see where they put it. That far official is at about the 22.
Yeah, Isaiah Veal, first one there to meet him. Also Colby Johnson. Veal able to go low and hit the legs of Wilson, who will check out of the game here for St. Mary.
3rd and 7. It's a loss of 2. Back to the 22. Ball at the near hash. 25 to play first half. Cortez takes the snap, wants, looks, throws, fires. It will be caught, and there is a flag.
And we'll see if it could be offensive pass interference here.
The catch is to the 32, but we will see what this is for. It's a hold against Ottawa.
So it's going to go on Jalen King. So St. Mary's gets their first down of the night.
We'll see if they accept it or not.
Number 5 on the defense. That's a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
And they're going to call it on Jarrell Taylor. Must have been in the slot then, as he was matched up on Michael Brown.
So they're going to take the penalty. Now there's some confusion with the chain gang. That ball was originally spotted at the 22. The chain gang went back to the 22, so it looks like they're going to move it forward up to the 32.
Tell you what, Bob, if you would have told St. Mary's that they would have been outgained 170 to 38 and the score was only 7-0, I think head coach Jay Osborne would have taken it.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that one.
I feel like the Braves might have left some points out there in the first quarter. And this is a upper-classman laden team for St. Mary's that will take some shots downfield and are looking for a big play right now.
2 receivers to the far side, 1 near side. Pistol look, Cortez. 1 back behind him. It's Esteban. They'll hand it off. Esteban goes right up the middle. Big hole. He'll be brought down at the 39 of the Spires. And on that tackle for Ottawa University, that was Colby Johnson.
Give credit to Tyler Partlow, the center, who led the way that time for Esteban. Partlow, who has come off the bench, has played well, getting his first snap as a Spire.
So a gain to the 39, 2nd down and 3. Pistol again, Cortez in trouble. Will dump it out over to Esteban, who will be tripped up. He's going to be close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just shy at about the 42, I do believe. We'll see.
And Cole Greenwood getting out there just to get a hand on the leg of Esteban. And 3rd and short, and you can probably guess where this handoff is going, Bob.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 1. The big bowling ball back there, Wilson. Single receiver near side, 1 to the far side.
Braves not showing blitz here on 3rd and short. It looked like some movement from St. Mary first. And
we'll see if that comes back.
And
it is. No, they're going to call it on the Braves.
And the person that had the false start was the center, who came out of his position.
And Cortez smartly throws it, and it is caught over at the 49. So a gain of 7, first down.
And that far side official is probably going to hear it from Coach Kessinger here at halftime.
1st and 10 from the 49 of the Spires, 10 minutes to go. In motion from near to the far side is Barnhart. Cortez will hand it off. That looks like it went to Wilson, and not much of a gain, actually no gain there.
On the Braves getting Devin Johnston into the game here on the near side at corner, trying to see who came off for Ottawa, as it looks like starting quarter Jordan Reddick not in the game right now for the Braves, so Ottawa going with a freshman here at the left cornerback position.
Tay Turner near side, 1 receiver far side. Snap, not a good one. Cortez has time now, faces some pressure. He's going to be sacked at the 45.
And Ottawa just going with a simple cover 3 that time. Nowhere for Cortez to go with it, and good contain there on the edges by Wilson and Hill to keep Cortez in the pocket, and then Greenwood finishes them off for the sack.
And Jacob Garcia also in there with 9:07 to go here in this first half. 7-0 Ottawa. Now makes it 3rd and 14 from the 45 of the Spires. Turner again near side to receivers far side. 13 on the play clock. Cortez takes the snap. He's facing some pressure, and he's going to be brought down. Again, ball comes loose. I think Ottawa's got it at the 42.
I really think St. Mary's might have got on top of this, Bob, but either way. Oh, they are going to give it to Ottawa.
So Cortez fumbles.
And I think that's Kendall Miller with the recover for the Braves.
And Miller, if that's who it is, he gets to wear the turnover mask.
We'll see who it is when it comes here to the near side. We've seen some interesting turnover. I don't even know what you want to call it now, but Boise State going with the turnover throne. I've seen that out there. I've seen the turnover robe as well that's been used this week. So the mask will go to Colby Johnson.
And he's got the turnover mask on. A Jason Voorhees mask painted black and gold. Hey, we don't make this stuff up.
Still the greatest of all time, the turnover plank at Kennesaw State.
Yes.
Giving a little shout out to Ed and Eddie from people's kids' childhood out there, but they put a suit and tie on that bad boy, and you carry around that turnover plank.
Kagi under center, 1st and 10 from the 42 of the Spires. He'll fake the handoff. Play action. Kagi looks, throws, fires, has Dillard. It's going to be caught at the 10, at the 5. Touchdown, Braves! 42-yard pass, the turnover, and St. Mary pays.
And there is let's see if there's a flag in the middle. Officials coming to talk here on the near side. Not sure if this one's going to stand. There is a flag, and I think it's coming back, unfortunately. And this official, unfortunately, is hearing it from head coach Jay Osborne, and I think it's starting to have its effect because that is the 3rd or 4th time he has dropped the flag out there. Oh, they're going to wave it off. And that one is taken out of the Coach K playbook. How many times have we seen him after a turnover take a shot downfield and just a crossing route, started with a post, and really Dillard ran himself open as he was in double coverage, and Kagi throws it to the pylon, and Dillard goes and gets it for his 3rd touchdown of the season.
And that is what we missed last year with Dillard, is how special that kid could be, and we saw it right there as Rodriguez on for the extra point. The kick is up. The kick is through the pipes. No, it's wide. So the extra point is no good. So Ottawa in front, 13-0. And we'll take a 30-second break. You're listening to Ottawa University Braves football on 1220, 103.7 FM, KOFO, and KOFO.com.
Hi, this is Margie Hindeleiter from Bank Midwest. You'll often hear us say, this is where common sense lives. That means doing the little things, like knowing your name. And it means supporting Ottawa High School. That should be common sense for how a bank does business. Bank Midwest, where common sense lives.
This is Chase Dingle of Dingle & Son Mortuary. I learned very young being in the funeral business wasn't just a job, it was a way of life. Never dull, sometimes stressful, but always fulfilling. I wanted to be a part of that and carry on the family tradition.
Dingle & Son Mortuary, 785-242-2323.
One play and 9 seconds off the clock. And with a 42-yard touchdown pass, Kagi to Dillard. The extra point fails. It's 13-0 Ottawa with 8:36 to play in the half. And the Braves make the Spires pay. And that official on the far side, again, who I guess we have a Brave with an equipment issue. Is that what's going on here?
Something on. Oh, he's got the hood on, which is he's either got to wear it. I've seen a lot of players that will wear the new light fit hoodies. And it's got a hood on the back of it. You either need to tuck it into your jersey or wear it over your helmet, or under your helmet. And that official not giving Ottawa any breaks today.
3 back for the Spires. Kick is away. It'll be taken at the 2. Brought up the near hash, now split out to the far side. And up past the 15 to about the 17 goes Zachariah Harris.
Wow, and fielding it in the end zone now is just not your friend. You look at the statistics, you take a knee there, you get it out at the 25. Anything inside the 25 now goes right after the 25 when you call fair catch. We saw Dylan Wheeler do it in the first quarter, and that time probably would have been the best decision for the returner there for St. Mary.
So the ball will be at their own 18 for the Spires at that far hash. May have been a flag. The officials talking here. Let's see what's going on.
Braves only so far with 1 penalty for 10 yards. St. Mary's with 3 for 19 total yards. Ottawa with 212 here in the first half. St. Mary with 47. 27 those coming on the ground.
Officials still talking it over. So offsides.
And that is a big loss there potentially for the Braves, who are going to give up some huge yardage of field, or huge amounts of field position here, as Rodriguez kicking into a little bit of a breeze, but has strong enough leg to at least get it to the goal line. But you would expect St. Mary's to take it out after they took it out from 3 yards deep on the last one.
Jaquise Cannon over to the far side. In the middle again is Harris, here in the near side. And then in the middle.
In this situation, Coach K in the past has pooch kicked in some cases. We'll see if he might try and angle this towards the numbers and force a fair catch between the 30 and the 25. There's a lot of space that your coverage team has to make up with the new rules.
Now they're sending another Braves player off to the side. Man, that far judge, side judge over there.
The things that players are learning from watching these pro players is interesting.
Man, you got to
have the ninja, head wrap like Baker Mayfield out there. You can't have anything dangling from behind your helmet.
Woof. Woof. Rodriguez to kick it away from the 30 this time. It will bounce at the 25 and go out of bounds, so illegal procedure against Ottawa.
And that is going to be 20 yards of field position that Ottawa gives away because of an offside penalty.
Free kick out of bounds. St. Mary's turns the 5-yard penalty, re-kick.
And St. Mary's is going to re-kick it. So now Ottawa kicking it off from the 25.
Go for the fair catch, or go for the onside. Why not?
And the kicker in me wasn't upset that Rodriguez had to kick it from the 30, which is what I had to kick it from 2007 to 2010. They move it up, of course, 5 yards in 2011 once I'm out. So now Rodriguez is going to kick it from the 25, and this kickoff team has already gone down the field twice. This is dangerous territory, and St. Mary's could come away with either a big play or really, really good field position.
And get your bingo cards ready. Let's see who the far official sends off this time.
And does Ottawa have 11 players even in the huddle?
Skies have pretty much cleared out. Still some clouds around. Shadows overtaking Braves field here. 8:29 to play first half. 13-0 Ottawa. And we'll try this again.
And Rodriguez just has to kind of clear that PAT out of his mind, the missed PAT on his last field goal attempt, and just make sure he gets this one nice and high and gives his kickoff coverage team an opportunity to get down there and make a play.
So the kickoff now from the 25. Again, 3 back for the Spires, all around the 20 and the 15. Good kick by Rodriguez, backing up at the 8 or at the 9, and up the middle of the field goes the Spires to the 30, 35. Stood up, and that's where he'll go down. That looks like that may have been Trey Espy on the return.
Great coverage. Even better kick by Rodriguez to give his kickoff team a chance to get down there, and they are going to need a little bit of a sip.
So it'll be at the 35 of the Spires where they will start.
That will be Jordan Reddick, Bob, back out at cornerback for the Braves with Jalen King on the far side. Not sure if it is a rotation that Ottawa's running here at the cornerback position, or if defensive coordinator Thomas Pearson maybe likes some matchups defensively with certain receivers.
Turner near side to far side. They're going to sling it out quickly, and the pass is going to be incomplete as that was swung out to Esteban, the running back, over on the far side of the field.
That looked to be Rodney Latham, who met Esteban. The Braves asking for a fumble there as Colby Johnson, again, looking to pick up that turnover mask. And the officials call it incomplete. It was pretty close. Esteban looked like he might have taken one step, but not enough to force the fumble.
Pistol again. Cortez will hand it off. This time right up the middle goes Wilson. He's going to drag a few Braves with him up to the 40-yard line for a gain of 5, and it brings up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, the Braves getting a couple of substitutions on the defensive line. That looked like that was Leland McKinney, the 6'1", 280-pound sophomore from Tulsa, Oklahoma. And the Braves again get the Spires into 3rd and long.
Pistol again, 2 receivers far side. Turner here near side. Cortez looks, throws, fires. Incomplete. And good coverage over there. It was Turner actually on the far side of the field. And now a late flag comes in on the far side.
And that was Trey Wheeler on the coverage, Bob, the transfer from Texas College. He's originally from Kansas City, Missouri, a sophomore. And I didn't see anything. The only way I can see this going against the Braves is for taunting. There wasn't much after it.
Unsportsmanlike conduct in 81 on the offense. That's a 15-yard penalty. That's number 81.
That goes on Tay Turner, Bob.
So a penalty there will push it back 15 yards.
Turner, the 5'10 sophomore from Gainesville, Georgia, mentioned him early on. He's the leading receiver from a year ago with those 8 touchdowns and almost 700 yards receiving. Last week only had 3 catches for 28 yards, so showing a little bit of frustration there. And now Aiden Piran will go back to punt this one as he stands at his own 13.
So it'll be 4th down and 21. Ball at the 25 of the Spires at the far hash. Dillard will be at the Braves 40. 7:46 to play in the half. 13-0 Ottawa. Piran will kick it away. Nice kick. Dillard's going to call for the fair catch at the 32 of Ottawa.
And a good punt there by Piran. Heel putting a little bit of pressure on Piran that time. And along with look to be Taylor Petty. Braves starting to get a little bit of a rush there on the punting unit for the Spires. But St. Mary's offensively only 51 total yards.
And really, I think coming into this game, if you would have said that, I'm not sure I would have believed it, but we'll certainly take it.
And I think this is a pretty good time, Bob, to go back to the tunnel screen to Darian Dillard here on the near side. Feel like they've kind of forgot about him a little bit, even though he did score on the long touchdown on the previous drive. Kagi was throwing it to Foose and Teal on the previous drive, so we'll see if he goes back to the tunnel screen here early on.
1st and 10 from the 32. Kagi fakes or gives the handoff to Reeder. Reeder is spun around. That's going to be a loss of a few yards back to the 29.
And not sure what Reeder was doing there, Bob, just kind of chopping his feet at the line of scrimmage, trying to bounce it outside. Sometimes you just got to put the head down and pick up either no yards or 1 or 2. He's trying to break it for that big play.
So a loss of 3 there. We'll move it back to the 29. 2nd and 13 for the Ottawa University Braves. Dillard far side to near side. Reeder to the right of Kagi, shotgun. 13 on the play clock. Hand it off. Reeder bounces it outside. Has a little bit of room. Stutter steps 30. Puts his head down. He'll get the yards lost and pick up about a yard to the 33.
And Reeder able to get back what the Braves lose on 1st down, but not a whole lot of room after that. It's looked like the right cornerback Elijah Creighton continued to force Reeder to bounce it even farther to the sideline. And what could have been a big gain and give Ottawa a 3rd and manageable is now 3rd and 9.
So 3rd and 9 from the 33 of Ottawa. 6:24 to go. Kagi fakes the handoff, looks, throws, fires, has a man. That's going to be Teal. It's almost picked off. Getting his hands on it, Elijah Creighton, the 5'10", 172-pound junior from California.
And, Bob, that's a touchdown. If Kagi leads Teal just a little bit more, allowed Creighton to get back into the play. Teal went right by the all-conference back and was wide open. Unfortunately, Kagi didn't put enough under it to let Teal run under the football. But St. Mary's really going with a lot of man coverage, have no help over the top. That deep ball is going to continue to be there all evening.
St. Mary's playing within 10 yards of that line of scrimmage. I would be throwing it as much as possible until they stopped it, as Rodriguez's punt will take at the 32 and up to the 40, 45, and to the 46 goes the punt returner. May have been Tate Turner on that return. Actually, that looks like it was
Those yellow numbers are tough to see, Bob, in the sun right now.
Well, at least it's not the yellow on yellow.
Oh, shout out to Central Heights.
So St. Mary will take it at their own 46 with 6:05 to go in the half.
For those of you playing bingo at home, that's a Franklin County school reference. Feel free to check that one off.
Mark that off of there. And the back is Wilson. Cortez will look to throw. He's got some trouble. He's going to dump it off. Wilson will take it, and he will get across midfield up into Braves territory to about the 47. Once Wilson got going, you were going to have a hard time stopping him.
Remember, St. Mary's gets the ball to start the second half, so a score here really gets them back into this game with 5:40 remaining in the half.
Gain of 7 makes it 2nd and 3 from the Braves' 47. Cortez wants to throw again. Braves bringing pressure. Cortez gets away, but the Braves will bring him down shy of the sticks, it looks like, maybe by a half yard.
I think they're going to give it to him here. Another really good spot.
He was down at the 45, and that's where they're going to mark him.
Yeah, they moved it back. Originally, they had him to the 46, and now you're in 3rd and short. And I think this is 4-down territory no matter what for the Spires here in the middle of the field on the Braves side of the 50.
Esteban, the tailback. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Cortez with 13 on the play clock.
Braves.
3rd and 1 from the 45 of Ottawa.
Yeah, Braves not showing blitz here on 3rd and short.
5 on the play clock. Cortez will hand it off. And we'll have that as a whistle, or a flag for a hold back there as they handed it off to Esteban. He would have been enough for a first down, but I believe we're going to have a hold here.
And that's going to be Jalen King who's going to force that hold. King, a player that's not afraid to come up and make some tackles in the run game. Also, Mike Sanchez there.
Braves got lucky, though, on the tackle. It could have been a horse collar, but
and I think the only reason it wasn't thrown is because the official here on the near side already threw his flag. Usually they can throw their hat as well, but I think he was more focused on the penalty in front of him. Taylor Petty, you're exactly right, Bob, should have probably got a horse collar penalty. That's on the far side. They probably give it.
So that will make it. Put the ball back to the 45 of the Spires. It'll be 3rd and 11. Cortez, shotgun, has time. He'll take off with it. He's going to be brought down at the 49 of St. Mary.
And for Ottawa, that's Tyler Wick, 6'4", 260-pound freshman from Tulsa, Oklahoma, coming up, big tackle. And it's going to be 4th down. And Bob, as I said, I thought it was going to be 4-down territory for St. Mary. We've seen him do the quick kick. But with 4:20 remaining in the half, you almost feel like it's a go-for-it situation here for St. Mary. Defense has played okay for the most part.
4th and 7, Cortez. Back's going to swing it out, looking for Esteban. It hits off his hands and off the knee. Incomplete. It'll be a turnover on downs.
That's the first down for St. Mary. If Esteban brings it in and maybe 15 or 20 more yards as well. Kendall Miller kind of got his eyes caught in the backfield that time, but was able to get out there and at least force Esteban to pick his eyes up and look at the defender instead of making the catch.
Well, a little bit of pressure there on Cortez, and Cortez has felt a lot of pressure here tonight, and you've got to wonder if maybe that's got him a little off of his usual excellence that he has out back in the back as a quarterback.
Well, he, as I've mentioned several times, Bob, he loves to get outside and use either his legs or, will throw it, but when he's in the pocket, he just kind of gets a little antsy with his feet and shuffles a little too much, stops looking downfield and worries about the defenders around him.
Shotgun, Kagi. 1st and 10 from the 49 of the Spires. Kagi has a man pump fake. That's going to be Foose. It's incomplete as that ball came back in. It was intended on the near sideline, and St. Mary had Holmes, the defensive back from Lansing, Kansas, who was able to make a play.
Kagi just putting too much under that one as Foose was wide open again. Holmes came from one hash to the other, Bob, to knock that one away. Really impressive play there by Nicholas Holmes.
That'll make it 2nd down and 10 from the 49 of the Spires. 4 minutes to go, 13-0 Ottawa. Pistol look, Kagi will hand it off. Reeder has some room. 45, 40, lowers his shoulder and drives forward to about the 39. and that's where he'll be brought down. It'll be close to a first down.
Reeder just churning for some extra yardage before he got thrown to the turf.
They're going to mark him at the 40. I really felt he was at the 39.
And Zachariah McCowan able to finish off Reeder. And Coach K not happy the officials didn't have the ball spotted as St. Mary's was making some subs.
It'll be 3rd and 1 from the 40 of the Spires. Kagi hands it off. No, keeps it himself. He's wide open here to the near side. 35, 30, 25. He'll be forced out of bounds. And a good job by Kagi to realize Reeder didn't have a shot, and he picks up the first down at the 22.
Well, St. Mary's bringing a blitz with Hennessy Thomas off the right edge, and he bit on the fake handoff to Reeder. And Kagi read it all the way, had his eyes locked on that defensive end, and not only the defensive end dive into the middle of the pile, the outside linebacker did as well, and that's why Kagi gets big yardage.
18-yard run to the 22 of Spires. 1st and 10. Kagi shotgun. We'll give it to Reeder. Reeder finds a hole. He's past the 20 and brought down to the 18 of St. Mary for a gain of 4.
St. Mary's has now, their defense has been on the field now for almost 14 minutes. St. Mary's able to get a little bit of that time of possession back, but that defense has played a lot of snaps.
2nd and 6, 2:44 to go, first half, 13-0 Ottawa. The receivers near side. Reeder to the left of Kagi. Kagi fakes the handoff, rolls out near side, has time, dumps it off. It was going to be intended for Teal, but it's incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Ottawa trying to flood the left side here, and St. Mary's sitting in zone that time. And no receiver for Ottawa coming back to Kagi and throws it in the vicinity of Teal, but really just trying to live to play another down.
6th play of this drive, which started at the 49 of the Spires. 2:33 to go in the half. Teal and Dillard near side. Shotgun Kagi. Reeder to the right of Kagi. Ball at the far hash at the 18. Kagi in trouble, just throws it quickly. There's a flag. It's going to be caught by Teal.
St. Mary's head coach Jay Osborne is going to have an interesting decision to make here, because it's going to be holding on Ottawa, but the Braves come up about 1.5 yards short, unless it's illegal hands to the face on St. Mary. We'll wait and see here from the official. They're still talking about it.
Number 53, offense. 10-yard penalty. Just second down.
So it is a penalty on Ottawa, a hold that will put the ball back to the 28.
Well, we know Nick Rodriguez with the big leg, Bob. Braves still really in field goal range here. See if Coach K, the yardage marker is still not moved, as they will finally move it here. As it's still sitting at the 19. And this will move it all the way back to the 28. This is well within Rodriguez's range, Bob, but see if Coach K takes a shot as there's single coverage here to our near side.
3rd and 16, ball on the 28 of Spires.
Look for Wheeler, Bob, to run a wheel route and maybe have Teal do a little bit of a pick route.
3 receivers near side, 2 to the far side. Shotgun Kagi. Kagi facing pressure. Rolls out, looks, throws, fires. It'll be incomplete as he faced pressure, and he got put to the ground.
Yeah, the Braves going, I'm not sure if there's some miscommunication there, as Reeder went to run a route. Usually he would have stayed in to pass block, and Coach Kessler's going to use a timeout here. But it looked like there were 2 separate plays going on there, and there was no one left to protect Kagi. There's going to be a screen to the near side, or excuse me, to the far side. And then you also had some routes here on our near side, so not the play Coach K drew up, I think, on 3rd down.
Let's take a 30-second break. 2:14 to go in the half. 13-0 Ottawa. You're listening to Ottawa University Braves football on 1220, 103.7 FM, KOFO, and KOFO.com.
At State Farm, our goal is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. This is State Farm Agent Keith King in Ottawa. Let me help you protect what's most important to you. Give my office a call at 785-242-9435 or stop by at 111 South Main Street in Ottawa.
Kramer Pharmacy, downtown Ottawa, hopes you're enjoying this KOFO sports broadcast and wishes all the area teams good luck this season. Call Kramer Pharmacy today and ask about their convenient MedSync program that allows you to have all your prescriptions filled at the same time each month. month. Call 242-2055.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
2:14 to go here, 4th and 16. The Braves look like they're going to go for it here with the ball on the 28 of the Spires at the far hash. Teal is by himself here to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side. Now the Foose in motion. He'll move closer to the line. Kagi looks, throws, fires, wants the receiver, Dillard, who was shoved out of bounds, and the receiver the official on the far side will not throw his flag.
Well, I think Dillard stepped out of bounds really at the start of that play. The far side official had his hat on the ground, which means he stepped out of bounds. And again, Ottawa unable to convert with good field position. So now the defense is going to have to hold here with 2:08 remaining in the half.
Ball will be at the 28 of the Spires. That's where they'll take over on this drive. We'll have scores for you coming up at the half with the KCAC, also the NCAA Top 25 in Big 12. Cortez will be in shotgun. Esteban to his right. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Cortez fakes the handoff, has time, looks, throws, fires, has Esteban wide open near side, caught at the 35. He's at the 25, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown Spires.
Yeah, Rodney Latham on the coverage, got his eyes caught on the play action. And that's going to be a 72-yard touchdown for St. Mary.
And so this defense gets burned for a big play, which had not happened at all tonight. So Cortez fires it up and sends it to Esteban. And now this lead is could be down to 6 here with this extra point.
Oh, and Esteban, Bob, had 20 catches for 129 yards last year. Only a sophomore. They really like him coming out of the backfield, just a simple wheel route as he goes by Rodney Latham on the near side.
1 play, 12 seconds off the clock, and the Spires get on the board. Extra point now coming up as it'll be C.J. Irwin. Kick is away. That is not a good kick. It is wide left. So the lead is 7, 13-6 Ottawa. But the Spires strike just like that. And we'll take a 30-second break. You're listening to Ottawa University Braves football on 1220, 103.7 FM, KOFO, and KOFO.com.
Smart Ottawa shoppers know Cosentino's Price Chopper has the best rewards program in town. Only Price Chopper lets you earn points on all your purchases. Visit mypricechopper.com and start saving on food or fuel today. Shop Cosentino's, your local family-owned grocer since 1948.
When it comes to your home, quality matters. And when quality matters, choose the best. Choose Adamson Brothers Heating and Cooling. Call to have your air conditioning system serviced today at 785-242-9273. Adamson Brothers, maintaining your comfort for over 30 years.
Spires get on the board. 1 play, 12 seconds off the clock, a 72-yard touchdown pass. Casey, I believe that pass was more than the total yards that had been gained through the entire ball game for the Spires.
Yeah, Spires had less than 60 yards of offense until that play.
And now they're right back in it. And so Ottawa's got to find a way to stem the tide here as they'll send back to the far side Corbin Chambers, and to the near side Kamari Dennis. Both will be inside the 10. Dennis will be at about the 5 here on the near side. Kick is away. It'll be pooched. Fair catch called for by Wheeler at the 25 of Ottawa. And with $1:56 to go, the Braves will have an opportunity to maybe try to put some points on the board.
And there is a flag on the far side.
You said no. Get out of town.
I think this one has to be offsides. And if they're going to pooch it, Wheeler has a little bit more room to run with it. The fair catch was made at around the 25 already. Try and pick up maybe 5 or 10 more yards and give yourself some good field position.
Do you think that the Braves should have went for that field goal, Casey?
I would have. I think you gave that St. Mary's defense a little bit of a spark, and that fed over to the offense. And momentum is definitely in the favor of St. Mary, who gets the ball to start the second half.
And that's where this drive is an important drive for Ottawa with $1:56 to go. If they could get some points on the board, that would certainly help their cause, because St. Mary, you're right, has some momentum now.
See if the Braves can get a decent return here. Piran doesn't really feel comfortable kicking it deep, Bob. He's pooched it both times they've kicked off. Braves could get some really good field position.
It'll be pooched again here near side. Wheeler's going to call for the fair catch at the 27, and then Wheeler dropped it. He'll fall on it at the 29.
I'm not real sure why Wheeler calls fair catch in that situation, Bob. Potentially gave up 10, 12 yards of field position. I understand it's a tight end, but that's the special team, I guess. That's those hidden yardage that Coach Smith used to preach, and we got another flag at around the 35, so another offside penalty. And I think Coach K is just going to take it. Well, we'll see. And they are going to make him re-kick it.
Well, they're fight fire with fire, I guess. At least I know the scribbles here and that I've got is where all the penalties were on special teams now.
Well, it seems much harder to. No, they are going to take 5 yards from where the original play was. So the 27, the ball goes, or excuse me, the 29, so that puts the ball up to the 34. Just really surprised the Braves don't elect to have St. Mary's kick it again. We saw what type of field position St. Mary's got after they had the Braves re-kick it twice.
Well, in the second period really has been slow for Ottawa University, Casey. That first period, they opened it up, got things going pretty well. But now, as Kagi in shotgun fakes the hand or hands it off to Reeder, he'll bounce it out here to the near side, and he'll be brought down for a loss of a couple back to the 31.
And on the tackle for St. Mary's, that's going to be David Burton, 6'1 junior from Olathe, Kansas, who has been all over the field. Made that tackle from his backside Mike position as he was actually lined up on the far hash, comes across the field and drags down Reeder for a big loss.
Second and 13 from the 30. Shotgun Kagi. Kagi over to Dillard near side. He'll catch it leaning out of bounds. That'll be up to the 35 to the 36 of Ottawa, so that'll be a gain of 5.
St. Mary's really came out in a formation defensively where Braves should have been able to pick up decent yardage on first down running the ball, as they now are finally going with that 2 safety look, really sitting about 12 yards off the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 7 from the Braves 36. Pistol, Kagi. Looks, throws, fires, caught near side by Foose. He'll have first down yardage at the 35.
Bob,
the 45.
I'm going to let you take a stab at who number 5 is for St. Mary.
Well, that is Keanu Popajoy Kanamanu.
Apologize if his family is watching this stream from Hawaii.
Want to say hello if they are. It's first and 10 from the 45. Kagi with time, looks, throws, fires, has Foose. He'll stretch out for it. It's incomplete. He was double covered there by Claiborne and Holmes.
They had Dillard sitting at the hash, just kind of sitting in the zone on a curl route about 12 yards downfield. Kagi really going for the home run hitter right now. Has really got to lock in on some 12 to 15-yard routes because the players are open.
Twin receivers to the far and near side. Fakes the handoff to Reeder. Dumps it out to Dillard. Dillard gets a block. Gets tripped up. Takes a hit as he was up to the 48.
And officials saying Dillard was not out of bounds. And the clock will continue running with 53 seconds as it looked like he had gotten out of bounds here on the near side.
It'll be 3rd and 7. Oh, they're only going to give him up to the 47.
And Coach Kessinger's going to have to call timeout here, Bob.
And still a timeout called with 43 seconds to go. And we will take it with them. 13-6, Braves in front of the Spires. 30-second timeout. You're listening to Ottawa University Braves football on 1220, 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com.
At State Farm, our goal is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. This is State Farm Agent Keith King in Ottawa. Let me help you protect what's most important to you. Give my office a call at 785-242-9435 or stop by at 111 South Main Street in Ottawa.
Hi, this is Margie Hindeleiter from Bank Midwest. You'll often hear us say, this is where common sense lives. That means doing the little things, like knowing your name. And it means supporting Ottawa High School. That should be common sense for how a bank does business. Bank Midwest, where common sense lives.
13-6, Braves in front. 43 seconds left to go. It'll be third down and 8 from the 47 of Ottawa, Casey. And we were talking about during the break, St. Mary's has done a great job of making adjustments. Had a rough first quarter. The Braves were able to go up and down the field on them, but they've done a great job of shutting it down here in the second quarter.
Well, they put a lot of pressure on Kagi, taking a lot of hits. Ottawa hasn't been able to run the ball as effectively as they did in the first quarter, which has forced them into some third and longs. Kagi's might be a little flustered right now, has really tried to take too many shots downfield after he did connect with Dillard for that long touchdown. But right now, if the Braves can just pick up a first down, the clock is going to stop and give them a chance here.
3rd and 7, 2 receivers far and near side. Kagi looks, throws, fires. It's going to be picked off at the 38 and up across the 40 to the 43-yard line goes the Spires, and that looked like that was Espy, the defensive back.
And Kagi couldn't commit to the throw, and now St. Mary's with the chance to tie this one up, Bob, as there is 37 seconds remaining.
So another turnover by this Braves offense. Spires take over at their own 44.
And Kagi just couldn't commit to the throw. He just short-armed it the whole way. Really wasn't committed to where he wanted to throw it. Dillard made a nice tackle to keep the play from becoming a big one for St. Mary.
Cortez, shotgun looks, has a man. It'll be incomplete. And that looked like Taylor on the coverage. And on the route was looked like Barnhart. So it'll bring up second down and 10.
Barnhart, the 5'9" sophomore from Kansas City, Kansas. Taylor's got to get his head around, Bob. Some officials, if you don't at least look at the ball, are going to throw a flag on you that time. Braves kind of get a break there as Taylor really never got his head around.
2nd and 10 from the 44. Cortez again throws. Had a man on the far side, but kind of a little miscue there. Zach Smith, the intended wide receiver, stumbled. The Braves defensive back stumbled. It'll bring up 3rd and 10.
He's kind of got the feet tangled there as Trey Wheeler on the coverage. 6 foot, 170-pound sophomore from Kansas City, Missouri. The transfer from Texas College.
3rd and 10 from the 44 of the Spires. 27 seconds left to go in the half. Ball far hash. Cortez wants the home run ball. He's chased out of the pocket, and he's going to get rid of it. And there was nobody anywhere near that pass. And we'll see if they go. The head linesman over here may
he was close to being in the pocket. I'm not sure he got outside the far hash or this near hash, Bob.
Yeah, I'm going to say that they're going to get by with one here.
Well, he started to run to the left and came back to the right and never really got out of the tackle box. But it just seemed like he did because he had to avoid a couple tackles to throw it away.
19 seconds to go in the half. Braves up 13-6. Irish will punt. Dillard is back at the 21 for Ottawa. Good snap. Rugby kick is away. End over end. Dillard will not take it. It'll bounce at about the 15 and roll inside the 10 to about the 4.
Probably should have tried to make a catch or at least fair catch. And Ottawa is going to probably take a knee here.
I would think that's probably your best bet with 9 seconds left to go. And it will be 1st and 10 for Ottawa at their own 4. Their worst field position of the night. Good start for the Braves, but it is completely petered out here in the second quarter. And we'll see what kind of adjustments both teams will make here for the second half. I want you to stay with us during the halftime show. We'll get you caught up with scores around the KCAC, also NCAA Top 25, and the Big 12 scores, and get you also caught up on activities coming up at Ottawa University. So the Braves will take a knee. That will end the first half with the lead of 13-6. Braves in front. And we will take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll get you caught up on scores. You're listening to Ottawa University Braves football on 1220, 103.7 FM KOFO, and KOFO.com.
Chad Bruner, Director of the Ottawa Recreation Commission.
The Ottawa Recreation Commission would like to thank all of our volunteers for their service in helping with the ORC. These individuals play an important role in everything we do here. From all the ORC staff and board members, thank you.
The City of Ottawa proudly supports the student athletes at Ottawa University and wishes the Braves football team the best of luck this season. Find information about city events, bill paying, or current employment opportunities by visiting online at ottawaks.gov.
At State Farm, our goal is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. This is State Farm Agent Keith King in Ottawa. Let me help you protect what's most important to you. Give my office a call at 785-242-9435 or stop by at 111 South Main Street in Ottawa.
The City of Ottawa proudly supports the student athletes at Ottawa University and wishes the Braves football team the best of luck this season. Find information about city events, bill paying, or current employment opportunities by visiting online at ottawaks.gov.
At State Farm, our goal is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. This is State Farm Agent Keith King in Ottawa. Let me help you protect what's most important to you. Give my office a call at 785-242-9435 or stop by at 111 South Main Street in Ottawa.
This is Craig Dingle of Dingle & Son Mortuary. Pre-arrangements make the difference of a family that is stressed and a family that is free to grieve, to celebrate a life. Consider making your pre-arrangements to lift the burden.
Dingle & Son Mortuary, 785-242-2323.
And we're back. One more round, Cindy, and you win.
I'm ready.
Name a bank with at least 250 locations.
Arvest Bank.
Yes. Name a bank with longer hours and award-winning service.
Arvest.
Yes, that can give you a mortgage, credit card, or loan.
Arvest.
Has a free blue checking account you can open online.
Arvest.
And has an online switch kit.
Arvest Bank.
That is correct. You're a winner.
You can be a winner, too, when you open a free blue checking at Arvest Bank. Go to arvest.com/switch or visit a friendly nearby associate. Equal housing lender.
Back at Braves Field, 13-6, the Braves in the front. We're at the half. Let's get you caught up real quick on some scores here in the KCAC. At last report, Bethel has a 7-0 lead on Bethany. That was with 13:36 to go in the first quarter, which I don't know if I would say that's a surprise or not, Casey, but from what we saw last week with Bethel, they definitely had their struggles, but 7-0 right now.
Well, Bethany, who is on quite a slide here to start 2018, thought they had the talent. Sounds like some guys didn't come back from spring ball, had some coaches that left, a little bit of turmoil in Bethany or in Sweetland right now, but the Braves go to Lindsborg next week, and we always know how tough of an environment it is when you play in Lindsborg.
Very true. Southwestern 7-0 lead over Sterling with 9:58 to go in the first period in that one. And here's one. Last report was in the third quarter. Kansas Wesleyan has just laid a whooping on Friends, 69-0.
I'd be interested, Bob, to see how they're trying to pull up the stats here. Their transfer quarterback, who might be one of the best players to ever come through the KCAC, completely shocked that he ended up at Kansas Wesleyan. Incredible player, transferred from Fullerton College, which is one of the best community colleges in the state of California. I'm trying to see his numbers, Bob. Just pulled it up. Johnny Fiatu, listen to these numbers. This is through three quarters. 10 for 15, 5 touchdowns, 324 yards passing, running 2 for 30 and a touchdown.
Wow.
And the Braves see him in 2 weeks.
Let's hope not. Avila picks up the win over McPherson, 54-31, so they continue their hot start to the KCAC conference. And really, I think you got Kansas Wesleyan picked would be a favorite, but, Avila could be a dark horse here.
Well, and I think Southwestern is one you can't give up on either. I think they have a lot of talent. They were kind of my sneaky pick going into this year. Haven't seen a score for them yet. Not sure if you read that one off for their matchup against Sterling.
Let's see here.
I didn't see one reported yet, but it is 7-0 Southwestern. Shows 9:58 remaining the first. I'm sure that one's been updated, but Southwestern's taking on Sterling, and that one is in Winfield.
And let's get you caught up real quick. Top 25 scores. We'll save the Big 12 ones here when we get to Big 12. But UCF with 38-0 lead over South Carolina State. The Miami Hurricanes showed up this week, but of course they're taking on Savannah State, so who wouldn't show up? It's 42-0 in that one. The Paws of Clemson, 14-3 over Texas A&M. Aggies are not gigging them here right now.
Well, they didn't wasn't expecting it to be a close one in favor of the Aggies tonight, Bob.
LSU 17-0 over Southeastern Louisiana. Right now, Kentucky with a 7-3 lead over Florida. Auburn 21-0 over Alabama State. And the Penn State Nittany Lions 7-0 over Pittsburgh. And the rest of the action in the top 25 is later tonight. Earlier today, Wisconsin 45-14 victors over New Mexico. Mississippi State beat K-State, and of course I should have saved that for the Big 12, but I always screw up. And hey, it's halftime. 31-12, Mississippi State the winners. Michigan 49-3 over Western Michigan, and let's see, Virginia Tech 62-17 over William and Mary. William and Mary will not invite them back. Oregon 62-14 over Portland State. Notre Dame, just an 8-point difference between them and Ball State, 24-16. So a little shocking score there. The Cardinals scored 10 in the fourth quarter, just couldn't get pulled all the way back for the win there. Georgia 41-17 over South Carolina. Like we didn't see this one coming. Ohio State 52-3 over Rutgers. Alabama 57-7 over Arkansas State, and Washington beats North Dakota 45-3.
Bob, looking at the Avila-McPherson scoreline, Avila wins that one 54-31, 705 yards of offense for Avila, 42 points in the first half. It was a 14-14 ball game at the end of the first quarter. Avila went up at the half 42-21. They have announced themselves in a big way in the K-State here in 2018. Which is definitely not playing into the narrative of the message board chatter from hack people saying they only left because they wanted lesser.
Want to win a shopping spree? You're in luck because the Ottawa Herald has partnered with Ottawa Main Street, and we're giving away $50 in Main Street bucks every month to one lucky winner. Go to ottawaherald.com/contest and enter today.
Technology, mobile banking. I totally heart my bank.
Kansas State Bank. A better way to bank with community people you know. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Have you seen the Colosseum in Rome? Kind of crumbly looking, isn't it? That's because it wasn't built by C.S. Cunningham Concrete. In fact, if C.S. Cunningham had been around back then, the Leaning Tower of Pisa would simply be known as the Tower of Pisa. No lean. That's because C.S. Cunningham Concrete does it right, with fully trained and licensed workers. If they'd built the London Bridge, there'd be no song about it falling down. Commercial, residential, concrete. C.S. Cunningham, 785-242-7101.
Okay. We've heard you. This is Bob from Leon's at 429 South Main in historic downtown Ottawa. We're going retro. Classic favorites like the Super Cheese Burrito, Enchilada Special, fajitas, chimichangas, and more are back. We also have great daily specials. Leon's, a family tradition since 1982.
Want to win a shopping spree? You're in luck because the Ottawa Herald has partnered with Ottawa Main Street, and we're giving away $50 in Main Street bucks every month to one lucky winner. Go to ottawaherald.com/contest and enter today.
Credit products are made by WebBank. Rates and terms vary based on credit history. Amazon is not a sponsor of this promotion. Other restrictions apply. See website for details.
How did I get into credit card debt? A trip to the emergency room.
Car repairs.
Moving expenses?
There's a million ways to get into credit card debt, but one sure way to start getting out: Avant. Avant offers access to online unsecured loans from $2,000 to $35,000 at competitive rates and no extra charges for paying back early. Over 500,000 customers have experienced the convenience of a loan through Avant. No wonder Avant has an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. The application takes minutes, and if approved by 4:30 p.m. Central Time Monday through Friday, funds are deposited as soon as the next business day. And now Avant will also give you a $50 Amazon.com gift card after your first payment is made on time. To check your loan options and to get this special radio offer, go to Avant.com today and enter promo code 4343 when applying. That's AVANT.com, promo code 4343. Avant.com, code 4343.
As a small business owner, you make every dollar count. So what could you do with $10? Go to Vistaprint.com today and you'll get 500 high-quality custom business cards for only $9.99. That's That's less than 2 cents per card. And at Vistaprint, your satisfaction is absolutely guaranteed. So it's never been easier to turn 500 strangers into connections. Just visit Vistaprint.com and use promo code 4242 at checkout. That's Vistaprint.com, promo code 4242.
Back at Braves Field. Sorry for the technical difficulties as we dropped out there real quick. There were some issues here at the university, but we are back with you. Real quick, Big 12 scores, 42-12, TCU over SMU. West Virginia 35-14 over Youngstown State. Baylor 20-6 over UTSA. That's in the second quarter. Oklahoma State 7-0 in front of South Alabama. That's in the first quarter. Texas in front of Tulsa 7-0 in the first quarter. And KU with a 31-7 victory today to equal 1-1. So fans in Lawrence rejoice. There's a victory. May not be anyone else, but there's your victory. Oklahoma beat UCLA 49-21. We mentioned Mississippi State 31-10 over K-State. Texas Tech defeated Lamar 77-0, and the Iowa Hawkeyes beat Iowa State 13-3. We'll take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll get you first half stats, and we will also talk about maybe some changes that need to be made by both teams as they head into the second half. You're listening to Braves Football on 1220, 103.7 FM, KOFO, and KOFO.com.
Credit products are made by WebBank. Rates and terms vary based on credit history. Amazon is not a sponsor of this promotion. Other restrictions apply. See website for details.
How did I get into credit card debt? A trip to the emergency room.
Car repairs.
Moving expenses?
There's a million ways to get into credit card debt, but one sure way to start getting out: Avant. Avant offers access to online unsecured loans from $2,000 to $35,000 at competitive rates and no extra charges for paying back early. Over 500,000 customers have experienced the convenience of a loan through Avant. No wonder Avant has an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. The application takes minutes, and if approved by 4:30 p.m. Central Time Monday through Friday, funds are deposited as soon as the next business day. And now Avant will also give you a $50 Amazon.com gift card after your first payment is made on time. To check your loan options and to get this special radio offer, go to Avant.com today and enter promo code 4343 when applying. That's AVANT.com, promo code 4343. Avant.com, code 4343.
As a small business owner, you make every dollar count. So what could you do with $10? Go to Vistaprint.com today and you'll get 500 high-quality custom business cards for only $9.99. That's less than 2 cents per card. And at Vistaprint, your satisfaction is absolutely guaranteed. So it's never been easier to turn 500 strangers into connections. Just visit Vistaprint.com and use promo code 4242 at checkout. That's Vistaprint.com, promo code 4242.
Let's say you just bought a house. Bad news is, you're one step closer to becoming your parents, which means you're going to start telling your kids to clean up before the cleaning lady comes. Doesn't make sense, but you're the parent and they're the kids. You're going to start telling them that now, too. Good news is, it's easy to bundle home and auto through Progressive and save on your car insurance. And there's your opening to remind them who pays the bills around here. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.
At the half here at Braves Field, Bob Johnson with you. Casey Weeder will rejoin us shortly. 13-6 Ottawa. And Ottawa really started out hot in that first quarter. Let's take that back. Yards-wise, they did. But getting on the board, it didn't come until until 43 seconds left to go in that first period when the Braves made it 7-0. It was a 9-play, 88-yard drive that took 4 minutes and 5 seconds off the clock, a 7-yard pass from Kagi to Teal. And in that drive, the Braves had 2 plays over 20 yards with that. But the Braves have left some points out on the field. There's no doubt about that when you take a look at everything. The Braves in the second quarter didn't add a score until 8:36 on the clock in the second quarter. It was after a St. Mary turnover, a 42-yard touchdown pass from Kagi to Dillard, and the extra point failed. It was 13-0. That was the only play in the second half that the Braves not only had over 10 yards, but over 20 yards. The offense really has struggled to put something together as they ended up 1, 2, 2 punts, an interception, a turnover on downs for their drives in that second quarter. So this Braves offense got to find a way to not only keep some drives going, but get some points on the board. The Braves were able to, on their first drive, get all the way to the 45 of St. Mary before having the punt. Braves were down into the red zone on their second drive, but fumbled as Hennessy Thomas for the Spires was able to take that away. And it wasn't until their third drive they got on the board. A punt, as we mentioned, and then their touchdown pass after a St. Mary turnover. Spires, though, they fought fire with the Braves as they, after a Braves turnover on downs in which they could have possibly went for a field goal, St. Mary scores on a one-play, 17-yard touchdown pass, Cortez to Esteban, to cut the lead down to just 7, 13-6 is your score. And you really, when you take a look at that, this offense has allowed St. Mary to stay into this ball game. The defense has done a really good job. In all honesty, for Ottawa University, they've done a good job holding the Spires to just 150 yards of offense. And if you take away that 72-yard touchdown pass, you're looking at only around 80 some odd yards of offense in that first half. The Spires with just 107 yards passing, 43 yards rushing on 16 rushes. The Braves with 257 yards of total offense, 61 rushing, 196 through the air. But turnovers have been an issue, and also just not being able to strike while the iron is hot has hurt this Braves offense. DeMontrell Wilson leads the Spires in rushing with 7 rushes and 21 yards. It's James Reeder for the Braves, 13 rushes, 33 yards for Ottawa University. Connor Kagi, 14 of 27, 2 touchdowns, an interception, 196 yards through the air. Drew Cortez, just 5 of 15, 107 yards. He has a touchdown on the night. Reitler Esteban, 2 receptions, 75 yards, and a touchdown for him. Coming out of the backfield, making some receptions. Darian Dillard for Ottawa, 6 receptions, 96 yards, and a touchdown. Kyle Teal also has a receiving touchdown. The Braves have punted 3 times. Nicholas Rodriguez with an average of almost 42 yards a kick. His longest kick, 48 yards, and one of those inside the 20. Drew Cortez, 3 punts. He's averaging almost 46 yards a kick, and his longest a 52-yarder in that first half. Kendall Miller leads the Braves in tackles with 7. He also has a half tackle for a loss. And David Burton with 5 tackles for the Spires leads St. Mary in that first half category. So the Braves offense has got to find a way to convert. The defense for St. Mary really just needs to keep doing what they're doing. And this offense for the Spires really can be electric at times. Ottawa's got to find a way to continue to hold them down. And the Braves have got to make it count here offensively. The Spires will get the ball to start the second half, and we'll have that second half for you in 2 minutes. You're listening to Braves football on 1220, 103.7 FM, KOFO, and KOFO.com.
Freak yeah, welcome to Jimmy John's.
Freak yeah. Whoa, she's going to slice down on that lettuce.
Freak yeah, she's a fresh lettuce freak. Slices it fresh every day at exactly 3/32 of an inch.
Freak yeah. Wait, now she's carving meats?
Freak yeah, she's also a meat freak. Slices are all natural meats by hand daily.
Freak yeah. Freak, you gotta be kidding me.
Freak yeah, also a bread freak. Bakes bread fresh in store every 4 hours.
Freak, wow.
Here's the best part. We're all lettuce, meat, and bread freaks here. Because that means better sandwiches for all.
Double freak, wow. You guys are freaking my freak.
Freaky fresh, freaky fast, Jimmy John's, freak yeah.
As a small business owner, you make every dollar count. So what could you do with $10? Go to Vistaprint.com today and you'll get 500 high-quality custom business cards for only $9.99. That's less than 2 cents per card. And at Vistaprint, your satisfaction is absolutely guaranteed. So it's never been easier to turn 500 strangers into connections. Just visit Vistaprint.com and use promo code 4343 at checkout. That's Vistaprint.com, promo code 4343.
Heavy rain this morning causing backed up traffic all the way to I-75.
Folks, we're number 9 on the list for takeoff, so settle in, keep those seatbelts fastened.
What's nice with that?
Welcome to Weston.
Travel can be disruptive to your well-being. That's why at Weston Hotels and Resorts, we have rejuvenating heavenly beds, a nutritious superfoods RX menu, and a workout gear lending program to help you stay in control and rise above it all. Weston, let's rise.
Time to shop hundreds of specials at Macy's for you, the family, and your home, in-store and online. Like men's performance suiting, designer sport coats, and blazers, $99.99. Tops and denim for her, 50% off. And 900 thread count sheet sets for just $29.99 through September 9th at Macy's. Savings off sale prices, exclusions apply. Macy's Star Rewards now offers benefits everyone can enjoy no matter how they pay. Sign up for free in-store or at Macys.com/Star Rewards.
We get ready for the second half here at Braves Field. It is 13-6, Ottawa in front. St. Mary will have the ball to start. And Casey, I think it's going to be key. This offense for Ottawa has got to strike and strike quickly, and the defense has to stay hot.
Well, the defense is going to get the first crack here in the second half. St. Mary's with all the momentum right now, and they're going to get the ball. The Braves can get a 3-and-out here to start. Might be able to swing the momentum back in their favor. Like to see Ottawa try and force a turnover, maybe bring a blitz from the backside on Cortez, take a couple chances. One time the Braves did take a chance. St. Mary's did beat them, though, for a long 72-yard touchdown.
And really, that is the only positive that this offense for St. Mary has had in that first half. And to find that you're only a touchdown down in this ball game is really a boost to the confidence here. As the Spires will have 3 back, all of which right around the 10-yard line. Here to the near side for the Spires looks to be Holmes. As Rodriguez will kick it off for Ottawa. We're glad you could join us. Bob Johnson, Casey Weeder with you here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO. Kick taken near side at the 3, brought up the near hash marks up to the 25. And a big hit. Ball comes loose. The Braves have it at the 26. And a big special teams play there by Ottawa.
And on that hit for the Braves looked to be Devin Johnston, the 5'10 freshman from Crockett, Texas. And there is a player down for Ottawa in the middle of the field. And maybe adding on to that tackle was Jalen Scarr, the 5'10 junior from Wichita, Kansas. Can't see who that is in the middle of the field, but Braves are going to get the ball here to start the third quarter.
Well, you need...
And it is, yeah, sorry, Bob. It looked like it is Jalen Scarr. I'm trying to get a number on who that injured Brave is. But what a swing in momentum here.
That is huge. What will make it even bigger is if they can put points on the board. I want to say that this may be Vincent Alvarez, who may be down. But
you don't want to assume anything just because they're working on certain areas. He is going to get it up, so we'll wait and see who the number is. But what a hit on the returner to jar the ball loose. And the Braves get their first turnover of the night. St. Mary's has forced 2 of their own.
That's actually the second.
You're right.
Yeah.
We did have a
fumble.
Fumble that was picked up by Colby Johnson.
So OU with great field position with 14:53 to play here in the third quarter.
Question is, Bob, who gets the turnover mask?
It would look like Scarr was wearing it over here on the sideline.
And if that's 95?
That is.
Oh, my goodness.
That is Isaiah Veal,
the starting defensive end for the Braves.
But it looks like more than anything, he just took a big hit. He doesn't look like that he's limping off the field.
Hopefully it's just the stinger or, just the air knocked out of him.
Again, we don't want to speculate.
Great crowd here tonight, though, Bob, overall. Just feels like a good environment. They actually kind of sectioned off the student section. When this team is playing well, people will come out, and then once you really start playing well, that's when you start seeing the bleachers in the end zone.
And Kagi will come back out. Dillard to the far side. 2 receivers near side. The running back is Reeder. He'll be to the right. They'll hand it off. Reeder bounces it out here near side. 25 down to the 20, near the 20. They'll mark him at the 21 for a gain of 4.
And that is Spencer Claiborne, Bob, making that tackle for the Spires. And this linebacking core of Burton, Hennessy Thomas and Spencer Claiborne has been all over the field. Definitely the strength of this defense as James Reeder comes off limping.
So Johnson will be your tailback. He'll now be to the left of Kagi. 2 receivers far side. Teal here to the near side. 2nd down, 4 from the 21. Kagi wants to fire it. It'll be incomplete, almost picked off. Him and Dillard not on the same page and almost taking that one. That may have been the linebacker, Frayer.
Not sure if it was a hitch and go, but Dillard was in the end zone all by himself. The defender had completely forgotten about him. Unfortunately, Kagi threw the stop route at around 6 yards, and luckily it was into the dirt where the outside corner on that far side couldn't make a play.
3rd and 6 from the 21 of the Spires. Foose in motion, now back over to the far side.
Lots of confusion here on the offensive side for the Braves.
Kagi,
they're going to have to call timeout.
And Coach Kessinger is furious. There is a flag.
And the official on the far side drops the flag.
Coach Osborne wanting him to throw the flag, but I'm not sure for what. Didn't see anything.
Well, I thought they might have gotten him for delay of game.
But there was still time on the clock when that timeout was called. So we'll go ahead and keep it here with 14-13 to go in the half. And Casey, really, if the Braves don't come away with points here, this does give momentum right back to the Spires. You force that turnover, you start at the Spires 25, and if you can't do anything with it, that's really going to be disappointing here.
Well, the kicking game for the Braves has been a strong suit besides the extra point from Rodriguez. But we know from talking to Coach Kessinger that Rodriguez has the leg to kick it from 50, 60 yards. It's just the accuracy. But a field goal here, making it a 2-possession game would, if you only come away with a field goal, that's great. You've seen the kicking woes for St. Mary's, who missed an extra point last week, misses one this week. This extra point will kind of swing the momentum back the way of the Braves, even if they can come away with 3.
3rd and 6 from the 21 of the Spires, ball at the near hash. Shotgun Kagi, 2 receivers far side. Kagi with time now splits out far side. He's got time. He's going to fake it. Keeps it himself at the 15. He's at the 10 and slides for 1st down yardage. They're going to mark him down at the 11. But a nice run there of 10 by the quarterback, Kagi.
And there was pressure being put on from Andre Sandridge. Just unable to get a hand on Kagi, and he uses his legs to pick up a big 1st down.
So 1st and 10 from the 11. Ball between the hashes of the Spires. Handoff. No, Kagi keeps it himself, and he'll spill over the 10 to about the 9 for a gain of 2.
And that's one he should have given to Dalen Johnson, who would have been standing in the end zone, Bob. St. Mary's shifted at the last minute, crashed to the right side, and left a huge gap. I think Kagi really thinking end zone from the beginning, just kind of misread it. Does pick up a couple yards, but could have been 6.
2nd and 8 from the 10. Pistol look. In motion, Foose. Handoff, Johnson. Johnson crosses the 5. Or excuse me, that's Reeder. He's down to the 1. And that should be close to a 1st down. That should be a 1st down, it looks like, and it is.
Yeah, and Reeder, I don't think he realized how close to the goal line he was. Just needed a little bit of extension there. And Kagi's going to get it into the end zone on the wait and see. They're going to spot it short. Kagi looked like he was laying in the end zone from here as the Braves try and go with a quick QB sneak on 1st down.
So it'll be 2nd and goal. And, I mean, those of the football's got to be right there on the goal line. 13 minutes to go here, 3rd quarter, 13-6 Ottawa, 2nd and goal. Ball is on.
You've got to go QB sneak again on 2nd, 3rd, and 4th down. You've got a quarterback at 6'7", but the Braves are going to come out and pistol.
Reeder is the tailback, 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Handoff, Reeder. He dives forward. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Braves.
Good read there by Kagi as they tried to respect Kagi's ability to run outside, and it ended up leaving Reeder with an easy lane to the end zone. And the Braves, with their first possession here in the 3rd quarter, get back to a 2-score lead.
James Reeder gets his first touchdown of the year on a 1-yard run. And Rodriguez is on for the extra point with 12:42 to play here, 3rd quarter. Right-footed kicker Rodriguez, the snap, the placement, the kick. And that is good. So 12:42 to go, and the Braves have made it a 20-6 lead over St. Mary's. We'll take a 30-second break. You're listening to Braves Football on 1220, 103.7 FM, and on KOFO.com.
Napa know-how.
Right now, Mobil 1 Full Synthetic Motor Oil is $29.99 for a 5-quart jug. Its advanced formula provides maximum sludge protection, defending your engine like a catcher defends home plate. So, get top-notch engine protection with the Mobil 1 Full Synthetic 5-quart jug for $29.99. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
General States pricing. Sales prices do not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees. Offer ends 9/30/18.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
It is 20-6 Ottawa after a 1-yard run by James Reeder. A 7-play, 25-yard drive took 2:11 off the clock after a big turnover on special teams by St. Mary. Rodriguez will kick it off. 3 back again for the Spires from right to left. Fair catch called for at the 5 by the Spires and Espy. And so St. Mary will get it at their own 25 with 12:42 to play.
Probably a smart decision that time just to not risk it. Trying to see if Isaiah Veal is back out there for the Braves. He is the starting and defensive end. He is going to check out here. He actually ran down on kickoff that time. Again.
It's good to see that he is okay.
And that'll mean the backup Daniel Diakount will come into the game, the freshman from Dayton Beach, Florida.
Cortez fakes the handoff, has a man, and it'll be incomplete. We'll have a late flag for pass interference.
And Braves can probably expect a few more shots downfield as Trey Wheeler is going to be called for either holding or pass interference.
There's one flag at the 49 of St. Mary and one at the 46 of Ottawa. There was a little bit of hand checking going on here. It's going to be a hold, though, against Ottawa. So that'll be a 10-yard penalty. And that'll put it at the 35.
But Wheeler in man coverage. These defenders in man coverage cannot allow players to run right by them. They have no help over the top. As they do, the Braves trying to commit 4 players to the line of scrimmage.
Your tailback is Esteban. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Cortez with the pistol. And he'll hand it off to Esteban. The Braves will meet him right there. And a gain of a yard to the 36.
Greenwood, Garcia, and Wilson all there for the Braves on the tackle. Even Daniel Diakount got into the play.
Insert your analogy of buzzing bees with the way that the Braves look tonight in the all yellow and black. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the 36 of St. Mary. Pistol again. 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. They'll hand it off that time to Wilson, and he will get a yard, but that is it to the 37.
Terrell Taylor coming on the blitz from outside the right tackle. First man to meet Wilson. And it's 3rd and long for the Spire.
3rd and 8 from the 37 of St. Mary. Ball at the far hash. Pistol. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. And it is Wilson, the tailback. Cortez looks to throw. Has time, fires here near side. It'll be caught. First down yardage into the Braves territory. 35, 30, and tripped up and brought down at the 23 of Ottawa. What a pitch and catch there, Cortez. And that one goes to the wide receiver, Tisdale.
And Rodney Latham on the coverage that time. Good protection there from the St. Mary's offensive line, giving Cortez plenty of time to let that one rip.
38 yards on that pitch and catch. 1st and 10 now from the Braves 25, 11-19 to play in the quarter. They'll hand it off to the big running back Wilson, and he'll push forward for a yard, maybe 2, to the 23. But again, another big play there. 2 big plays have really hurt this Braves defense tonight. 2nd and 8 from the 23. Pistol again. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Cortez looks to throw. Has a man, fires it near side. It'll be caught. Touchdown. What a pass and what a catch. A frozen rope near side.
Jalen King just unable to get his head around, and Cortez, who really just couldn't get on the same page with his receivers in the first half. Since that touchdown pass to Estenbaum at the end of the first half, has been on fire now. He is now 7 of 17, picks up his second passing touchdown. He started the game 2 of 11.
Could not see who that was here on the near side. I want to say that may have been Reyes, or it could have been Turner. I think it was Turner. Extra point is up, and it is good. 10:44 to play, third quarter. It's 20-13, Ottawa in front, and we'll take the 30-second timeout. You're listening to Braves Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM, KOFO, and KOFO.com.
Come to Lowe's to kick off all kinds of outdoor projects to get your yard fall ready. Get natural areas around trees and shrubs looking their best with Preen Mulch with Weed Preventer, and get 3 bags for just $10. Ready for fall colors? Refresh your planters and container gardens with colorful 3-quart mums, now only 3 for $12. All projects have a starting point. Start with Lowe's. Offers valid through 9/12 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See store for details. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. U.S. only.
That drive took only a minute 58 off the clock. 5 plays, 65 yards, and it ends in a 23-yard touchdown pass, Cortez to Hill, and the Spires within 7, 20-13.
Beautiful throw from Cortez, just on a rope, 30 yards down the field. And Jordan Hill, who had only 1 catch last week for 8 yards, comes up with a big grab, brings St. Mary's back within a score.
And this defense is going to have to find some changes here, as the kick will be taken at the 20, rolled to the 15 near side, picked up by Ottawa, up to the 30, 35, and thrown out of bounds. On the return for Ottawa University was Kamari Dennis.
St. Mary's gets away with one there as King was thrown out of bounds. Looked like Chris Capps throwing the returner out of bounds after he was already out of the play, about 2 yards out of bounds, and the officials letting that one go. Coach K not happy. The Braves weren't able to tack on 15 yards.
Royals lead the Twins 4-0 in the 7th inning. Here it is 20-13, Ottawa in front, 10:33 to play, third period. Dillard far side, 2 receivers near side, 1st and 10 from the 34 of Ottawa. Kagi with the tailback behind him. They'll fake the handoff. The ball is loose, and St. Mary has picked it up at the 30-yard line as Kagi wanted to pull that out of the hands of Reeder in a huge turnover there.
Yeah, Kagi just couldn't make a decision, never really handed it off to Reeder, and now the defense puts themselves in a hole, or the offense puts the defense into a hole. That's the 3rd turnover of the night for the Braves.
Too many turnovers here, and the Spires are smelling blood in the water as they have their best field position of the night at the Braves, 31. This defense has got to find an answer here.
Got to find a way to swing the momentum back in their favor.
Wilson is your tailback. Cortez has 2 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Wilson will take it near side. Ball comes loose. The official's going to say it's down.
And official blew the whistle super early.
We do have a Braves player that's down, too. There will be a gain up to the 28 for a gain of 3.
Wilson's going to get away with one here because he was trying to grind for extra yards, and the ball was ripped out of his hands.
And it was really tough to see if he was down or not. Coach Kessinger talking to the line judge over here.
Well, Wilson's not a back that's just going to go down. You know, he's going to churn for extra yards and try and get what he can. That's just not the type of back he is. And that whistle, he was the only whistle for a couple seconds. No other whistle came into play. And St. Mary's dodges the bullet.
Braves with 3 turnovers on the night. The Spires with 2. Braves could use a turnover right here. It's 2nd down and 7 from the 28 of Ottawa. Ball at the near hash. Wilson again will be your tailback. He'll be actually to the right of Cortez. We'll have two receivers far side, one to the near side is Turner. Bad snap, fakes the handoff. Cortez fires it. It'll be caught over here near side, wide open, and a big hit at about the 25. Knocks the receiver down. Looked like that was the tight end, or excuse me, the H-back. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Yeah, that was Barnhart, Bob, on the reception, and Mike Sanchez. They stuck his helmet right in the numbers and sent Barnhart flying.
3rd and 5 from the 26. Cortez, pistol, has time, dumps it off over here to the near side. Wilson. It'll be close to first down yardage. He gets forced out of bounds as he crosses the 20. He is going to have first down yardage to the 19.
Yeah, Kendall Miller had a shot at him, tried to go low on Wilson, but he got stiff-armed, and Montrell Wilson able to pick up a first down for the Spires.
Clock rolling, 9:10 to play third quarter, 20-13 Braves in front. Spires into the red zone now, knocking on the door. Single receiver near side is Cannon. 2 to the far side, tailback is Wilson. Cortez with 14 on the play clock, takes the snap, looks to throw, has time. He's going to take off with it near side. He's at the 15. He'll be drugged down at the 10. And that will be a gain of 9 on first down.
Yeah, Colby Johnson finally makes the tackle, but in the pregame notes, Bob, got it here. You can't allow Cortez all that free space. He will run it 9 out of 10 times, and he puts his head down and picks up big yardage on first down.
2nd down and 3 from the 10. Cortez will hand it off. Wilson near side, has room. He's at the 5. He'll dive forward to about the 3. And that'll be first down yardage. It'll be 1st and goal.
Wilson, who had an average below 2 yards a carry before this drive, is now over 3 yards a carry. And that was his longest run of the day of 9 yards.
This offense for St. Mary has done a great job making adjustments here, especially since the second quarter. Wilson, your tailback, single receiver to the far near side, handoff. Wilson, he bounces it outside. He's got room. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Spires.
14 unanswered by the Spires, or make it 13, excuse me, for the extra point, which has been an adventure for both sides this evening.
So the fumble by Kagi is costly as the Spires start at their own 31, and they're a point away from tying this up with 7:58 to play here in the third quarter.
But you knew St. Mary's wasn't going to go away when they went down 2 scores. Now they have a chance to tie it up.
Irwin's kick is good, and we are tied, but we do have a flag. So let's hold up and see what this is for.
It looks like it could be holding, which from the looks of the kicking for St. Mary, you put this one 10 yards back, you could have some problems for the Spires. None of the extra points have looked very good.
No, they really have not. We have a zebra convention at the 13, so if that's on your bingo card, you can check that one off.
Well, when they have a conversation like this could be in the realm of a 15-yarder. Oh, they're going to wave it off.
So we are tied at 20 apiece with 7:58 to play, third quarter. We'll take a 30-second break. You're listening to Braves football on 1220, 103.7 FM, KOFO, and KOFO.com.
Freak yeah, welcome to Jimmy John's.
Freak yeah. Whoa, she's going to Slice Town on that lettuce.
Freak yeah, she's a fresh lettuce freak. Slices it fresh every day at exactly 3/32 of an inch.
Freak yeah. Wait, now she's carving meats?
Freak yeah, she's also a meat freak. Slices are all natural meats by hand daily.
Freak yeah. Freak, you gotta be kidding me.
Freak yeah, also a bread freak. Bakes bread fresh in store every 4 hours.
Freak, wow.
Here's the best part. We're all lettuce, meat, and bread freaks here. Because that means better sandwiches for all.
Double freak, wow. You guys are freaking my freak.
Freaky fresh, freaky fast. Jimmy John's, freak yeah.
Another Braves turnover hurts the Ottawa University. 6-play, 31-yard drive, took 2:29 off the clock, and we're now tied at 20 apiece after a 3-yard touchdown run by DeMontrell Wilson. And the Spires will kick it off here. 2 back for Ottawa at about the 6.
Bob, when this second half started, Ottawa had 257 yards of total offense. St. Mary's 150. We're currently with the Braves at 279, the Spires at 246.
Dylan Wheeler, the tight end, will call for a fair catch as it was pooched once again. And the Braves will have it at their own 25-yard line. Well, this offense, Casey, has got to find a way, one, to churn some clock, and two, to get some points on the board.
Well, you look at the last two drives for the Braves, they resulted in turnovers. The last drive, and then the previous drive, the last drive of the first half, resulted in an interception by Kagi. So 2 out of the last 3 have turned into turnovers. Braves have to establish the run game again. They have gotten away from it, and James Reeder is going to be a big part of that as they start. This is the first time since 0-0 this game has been tied.
Kagi shotgun, Reeder to his left, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. It'll be caught by Dillard at the 30, and he'll get it up to the 31 for a gain of 6.
And Dillard asking for a face mask from the linesman on this near side. He's had his helmet ripped off. But I like the short yardage routes. Get Kagi comfortable again, get him into some easy throws. Started taking a lot of shots downfield over the last few drives.
2nd and 4 from the 31. Ball at the near hash. Shotgun again, Kagi. Hands it off to Reeder. Reeder tried to follow his blocks. He'll push forward for a gain of 3 to the 34.
Little extra activity after the play. And a couple players getting up slowly. There's one down for St. Mary. The one who got up slow for Ottawa was Mendoza. And limping off for St. Mary looks like...
Is that Ryland Sig?
The defensive lineman. Is there 2 players down?
Yeah, there is a second one.
Another Spire down on the far side.
We've seen one already taken off the field with an air cast earlier today, Casey. And you certainly don't like to see another one down for St. Mary here.
Yeah, that was quite a pile up there around the around the far hash. He is going to get up though.
Not sure who that is. Again, the yellow numbers, unless you've really got a good pair of binoculars or good eyes, it's going to be tough to see from this vantage point. But
I guess I need to invest in some binoculars then, Bob.
I got to find mine. It'll be 3rd and 1.
I think I left those back in 1995. Could be wrong.
3rd and 1 from the 34 of Ottawa. The Braves with it, 7:13 to go, third quarter. Pistol look, Foose in motion, near to the far side. They'll hand it off, and the Braves are going to get shut down. That's going to be a loss of a couple. Back to...
He has to be comfortable to keep that, Bob. He had Foose for huge yardage. They ran the option that went for a touchdown against Bethany last week, had Foose come in motion, went behind Kagi. They run the read with Reeder. That's one Kagi's got to keep and pick up either the first down or pitch it out to Foose. You had 3-on-1 here on the near side. Kagi just not reading it right now.
No, and that's a loss of a yard back to the 33. Braves will have to punt again. Rodriguez will be back. There will be one back at the 25 for the Spires. High snap. Kick is almost blocked. It may have actually been tipped.
I think it might have.
It bounces at the 38, and that's where Ottawa will kill it off. And good field position for the Spires here. And really, it is going all St. Mary way right now.
Time of possession almost even at 20-17. St. Mary's now with 8 tackles for loss. And Braves have really struggled on third down. At one point, Ottawa was 6 of 7. They're now 6 of 11 on third down. And for the first time tonight, St. Mary's has the opportunity to take the lead.
Hill near side, 2 receivers far side. It'll be Wilson, the tailback behind Cortez. 1st and 10 from the 38 of the Spires. Ball between the hashes. There's a hold. Nothing given. The pass was thrown and caught at the 49. That was Barnhart, the wide receiver. It'll be first down yardage.
Garcia got really good push inside. Could have been a hold. The officials did not throw the play.
12-yard pass and catch. 1st and 10 now from midfield. St. Mary picking up the pressure and moving quickly. Hand off to Wilson. Bounces it outside. He's at the Braves 45, and he will be brought down at the 44 of Ottawa for a gain of 6.
And Veal again struggling to get to his feet. Oh, excuse me, that is Josiah Wilson now struggling to get to his feet. The defensive end, so he's going to come out of the game. And Aaron Showman, the 6'3 sophomore from Wellington, Kansas, will come into the game.
So, sorry, Casey.
No, and this defense has been on the field for a long time here in the third quarter.
2nd and 4 from the 44. Ball at the far hash of Ottawa. Cortez now has Esteban behind him. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 far side. Cortez wants to throw. He's going to get rid of it just in time. Has a man wide open and incomplete. Just out in front of the outstretched hands of the wide receiver over there. That may have been Turner on that far side.
Yeah, the Braves have got to think about trying to give some help to these corners who are just unable to go step for step with these receivers.
3rd and 4 from the 44 of Ottawa. Esteban again, the tailback. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Cortez in trouble, gets rid of it. It'll be caught at the 30. And what a great catch there. Diving for it was Tay Turner. First down yardage on a 14-yard pitching catch.
For Tay Turner, that's actually his first catch of the evening. The leading returning receiver from a year ago gets on the board.
So 1st and 10 from the 30 of Ottawa. 5:11 to go third quarter. Tied at 20. Pistol again. Esteban, the tailback. They'll fake the handoff. Cortez over the middle, and it'll be incomplete. Back there on the coverage for Ottawa. That was Kamari Dennis.
Actually, I think it's actually going to be Devin Johnston on the coverage that time, the freshman. As the freshman from Crockett, Texas, makes a big play there.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Ball at the near hash. Cortez swings it out. Esteban with it, and he's got room to run. 25, takes a hit, falls forward to the 20, and he's going to be close to a first down. We've got a Brave who is down.
I think that's going to be Jarrell Taylor, Bob, on the far side.
Esteban is also down.
Yeah, excuse me, that is not Jarrell Taylor. That is someone different. I see Jarrell in the secondary. But these new helmet rules, that is one where you would throw it on the offensive player for initiating the helmet-to-helmet contact, ducked his head down, and created the contact, and both players feeling it here.
So that was a gain of 9 to the 21. It was a big collision between Esteban and the Braves defender with 4:50 to go here. And we'll take a 30-second timeout. We're tied at 20. You're listening to Ottawa University Braves football on 1220, 103.7 FM KOFO, and KOFO.com.
The Home Depot has very good news for your lawn. It's called Scott's Thicker Lawn, and right now it's starting at $19.98 a bag. Thicker Lawn is a 3-in-1 mixture of seed, fertilizer, and soil improver, perfectly formulated for thicker grass and happier lawn owners. So spread the word and get up to a 50% thicker lawn after just one application. Scott's Thicker Lawn, starting at $19.98 a bag, and it's now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Selection varies by store.
The injured Braves player looks to be Jalen King, and that looks like it may be a shoulder, and he is in a lot of pain as he's coming off the field. Esteban is going to come off the field, but he is not putting any pressure on that right leg. So 2 players worse for wear here, Casey. With 4:50 to go third quarter, it'll be 3rd and 1. They're going to bring in the tailback Wilson here. Need a big stop. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Cortez, pistol look.
He's going to check out of this, Bob.
He's looking over. He may be doing just that. 10 on the play clock. The fans are on their feet here. He's going to fake the handoff. He's in trouble. He's going to be brought down for a sack at the 30. That's a loss of 9.
Braves show blitz and still bring it. Colby Johnson, the first one there. Isaiah Beal as well. They'll just meet at the quarterback. And Cortez definitely checked out of it through a pass play. That was run all the way, and he saw the Braves blitz and decided to check out, and didn't work in his favor, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down.
So it'll be 4th and 9 from the 29 of Ottawa. 4 minutes to play, third quarter, tied at 20. 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. Cortez faces pressure, has a man. It's going to be caught, touchdown! Wow! Put that right in the basket, and the Spires have their first lead of the night.
Braves bring the same blitz again and single coverage. St. Mary's has their first lead of the game. That's 20 unanswered.
29-yard touchdown pass. Cortez, who did not have a good start, has been on fire since probably midway through the second quarter. We'll see who that was on the reception. Irwin is on for the extra point. The kick is away. It's wobbly, and it is good. And now, for the first time tonight, St. Mary has the lead. It is 27-20, 3:52 to play. Third quarter, we'll take a 30-second break. You're listening to Braves Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KUFO.
As a small business owner, you make every dollar count. So what could you do with $10? Go to Vistaprint.com today, and you'll get 500 high-quality custom business cards for only $9.99. That's less than 2 cents per card. And at Vistaprint, your satisfaction is absolutely guaranteed. So it's never been easier to turn 500 strangers into connections. Just visit Vistaprint.com and use promo code 4343 at checkout. That's Vistaprint.com, promo code 4343.
8 plays, 62 yards, and it took off 2 minutes and almost 2.5 minutes on that drive, and the Spires are in front, 27-20. Braves will take it at the 10 far side on the kickoff. Up to the 25, bounces it into the middle, 30, 35, and still on his feet near the 40. And a nice return there for Ottawa University and Corbin Chambers. And that might be a little shot in the arm that this team needs right here, Casey.
Yeah, Corbin Chambers, the freshman, goes 5'8", 175 from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Definitely had him on my list coming into this game. He had 4 carries for 14 yards last week, along with 5, but has a lot of speed going forward, but it is really difficult to bring down. Does a really good job of shifting and avoiding defenders and gets the offense some good field position.
So Kagi will have Reeder to his left, 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Dillard is here to the near side. Kagi will swing it out. It'll be caught by Reeder. Reeder has to go through 2 men, and he'll get maybe a yard to the 41. A whole lot of work for not a lot.
And you can probably guess who's in on that tackle: Spencer Claiborne and David Burton. Yet again, and Reeder just does not look 100%.
No, he doesn't look right. And coming in actually right now is Dalen Johnson.
Oh, no, that's going to be Chambers, Bob.
Is that Chambers? Oh, it is Chambers. Man, my eyesight has really gone here. 2nd and 9 from the 41 of Ottawa. They'll fake the handoff, does Kagi. Kagi with time. He's just going to take off with it. Rolls out, looks, throws, fires. It'll be caught far side. Wheeler, the tight end. First down yardage into the St. Mary territory at the 48. There is a flag, and it could be roughing the passer. And that would tack on 15 more yards.
That's going to go on Hennessy Thomas.
So 11-yard pass play there, and then tack on 15 more. That's going to put the ball at the 33 of the Spires.
This has got to be one of the longest third quarters I have ever seen. Still 2:54 to play in this third.
3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Back is to the right of Kagi. First and 10. They'll swing it out here again, looking for Foose, and too far out in front of him. Incomplete. It did hit Foose in the hands, though.
Kagi just seemed like his internal clock right now is just running on overload after getting hit over and over and over. No pressure on him that time. Just rushed the throw. Almost led Foose into a major hit. Luckily, Foose got out of the way before the cornerback, Carlos Delgado, would have laid the wood.
Second and 10 from the Spires 33. Ball at the far hash. 3 receiver set near side. Kagi swings it out here near side. Foose has got it. He's across the 30 and rolls up to the 26-yard line. They may give him to the 25.
Official on the far side had it at the 26. Finally, they are going to mark it closer to the 25. But lots of options here now on 3rd and short. Really 4-down territory if you're Ottawa.
It's a gain of 7.
So you can run it here on 3rd down, maybe catch St. Mary's. Get a little bit of pass coverage.
3rd and 3 from the 26. Ball near hash. Kagi. Few steps back, steps up into the pocket, throws, caught by the tight end Wheeler, who was wide open, past the 20 and up to the 16 of the Spires.
St. Mary's making some big changes here. A full new defensive line comes into the game. They did this often against Tabor. See if some fresh legs gets a little bit of a pass rush.
Teal here near side, Foose far side along with Dillard. Handoff, Reeder. Reeder will be brought down as he goes across the 15 to the 13. That'll be a gain of 3 on first down.
Claiborne makes the tackle. Reeder almost losing the ball again on the handoff. And St. Mary's really looking to strip the ball out of his hands.
Second down, 7 from the 13 of the Spires. 1:19 to play, third quarter. 27-20, St. Mary in front.
We got Dillard in triple coverage on the far side.
Teal in motion near to the far side. Reeder to the left of Kagi. Kagi steps back, rolls over to the far side, looks, throws, fires for the end zone. Caught! Touchdown Braves! Dillard, who was not the intended receiver, was behind the intended receiver after the ball was tipped by the Spires defensive back, and it's a touchdown.
Kagi gets away with one. Holmes got a hand on it. And heads up play by Dillard just to be there. And it goes right into his chest for another touchdown.
Kagi with a little gunslinger action as Rodriguez is on for the extra points.
That's that Brett Favre mentality, Bob.
Kick is up, kick is away, and it rockets. No, they're going to say no good.
Unbelievable.
So 27-26, Spires in front by 1. 59 seconds to play here, third quarter. We'll take a 30-second break. You're listening to Ottawa University Braves football on 1220, 103.7 FM, KOFO, and KOFO.com.
Ladies, let me ask you something. Do you actually believe those commercials that try to sell you perfectly styled hair? I mean, how many stylists do you think it takes to get that model's hair to look like that? Exactly. At Suave, we asked our models in our commercials to wash and style their own hair. Why? To show that Suave actually works. And they were blown away. Suave gave them full, smooth, easy-to-control hair in real life. But don't take my word for it. With Suave's money-back guarantee, try it for yourself. Suave, for hair you can believe.
Quick update. The Royals are 3 outs away from a no-hitter by Jorge Lopez, the pitcher, who has done quite well since joining the Royals. Wow, what a big, that would be huge for the Royals right there.
And they could potentially do it with only one hit of their own.
And, yeah, hey, one hit, nothing wrong with that. That drive for Ottawa, 7 plays, 60 yards, and just under 3 minutes taken off the clock. Braves down by 1, 27-26. Rodriguez will kick it off right to left. It'll be a squibber. It'll be taken at the 15, bounces off of the Spire. It'll now go out of bounds, and that'll be great field position, or not great field position for the Spires.
Yeah, Rodriguez, unfortunately, he gets away with one here, but take the deflection off the shoulder pads of the returner.
So, wow.
And out of bounds. Rodriguez just kind of has to clear his head right now and get those extra points out of his head because they're going to need him down the line, whether it's for a potential game-winning field goal in the fourth quarter or to tie it up. They're going to need him, so he's got to get it out of his mind.
Spires have to start at their own 7 here. But that was a good answer drive right there by Ottawa after having some trouble. Wilson will be your tailback. Cortez and pistol. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. 1st and 10 from the 7 of the Spires.
Cortez is going to check out of this one.
Single coverage over on the far side of the field. Now an extra man coming over. They'll hand it off to Wilson. Wilson will plow through, and he'll push up to about the 9 for a gain of 2.
Yeah, Wilson now with 14 carries for 45 yards, averaging just over 3 1/3 per carry. Player that had 11 carries for 130 yards last week. Braves have bottled him up pretty well. Did have the 1 touchdown.
Just a gain of 1, actually. 2nd down and 9 from the 8. Cortez to throw. He's in trouble, and it will be caught. What a catch at the 20. 1st down yardage. A frozen rope in there to Zach Smith.
And these are players from St. Mary who didn't record a catch last year, didn't record a play, or if you look at Barnhart and Smith, both players that didn't do anything last week against Tabor who are having huge games tonight.
1st and 10 from the 20. Cortez again to throw. Looks, throws, fires, and it's incomplete. Good coverage over here on the near side. Intended receiver again was Zach Smith.
Devin Johnston is having himself an evening. The 2 times Cortez has thrown his way, he's had a pass breakup. Really like the way Johnston plays, and he might be working his way into a starting role here going forward.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 20. 4 seconds to go here in the 3rd period. Cortez takes the snap. He's in trouble. He's going to roll out here to the near side. Big block laid down.
And that is a defenseless player. And
that's going to be a flag for
the defenseless player.
And that's going to be Smith that's going to be called for that.
And I think that is his 2nd, Bob. If that looks like it could have been Michael Brown. And that is a defenseless player.
And now could the officials be talking about an ejection here?
If it is targeting, it would be.
That'll end the 3rd quarter. Let's get the official call.
They will say wave it off as it is not a defenseless player.
So that will end the period. So 3 in the books. It's 27-26. St. Mary will take a 60-second break. You're listening to Ottawa University Braves football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Have you tried that trendy new dating app? You can have months of frivolous fun with people who just love to play games. But if you're ready for something more grown-up, try the Match app. Over 30,000 new people a day are heading to Match for grown-up conversations that lead to great dates and beyond. Our listeners that go to Match.com can start for free today. View photos and informative profiles to get a deeper sense of the people you'd like to meet. Start for free today at Match.com. That's Match.com.
Copays, codes, coupons. Searching for savings on prescriptions is so complex, it's like you need a doctorate degree. Fortunately, CVS Pharmacy employs thousands who have one, our pharmacists. Plus, we built a proprietary search tool to help them find you savings on prescriptions. You don't need to know all of that complicated stuff. You just need to know someone who does. Your friendly doctor of pharmacy at your local CVS. Savings vary. Not all patients eligible for savings. Ask pharmacist for details.
3rd and 10 from the 20. Ball at the far hash. No penalty on that last play. Cortez looks, throws, has a man, wants to take it all. It's going to be incomplete. Good job there by the Braves to have coverage. Really, the Spires wide receiver had to go defensive back on Trey Wheeler.
Trey Wheeler, step for step, wasn't phased on the hitch and go. And the backup corners for Ottawa have come out and made some big plays. King went down with the injury. Wheeler steps in. And then Reddick, I'm not sure if he went down with an injury or just pulled from the game. But coming in for him is Johnston. And on that drive, the Braves force a 3-and-out.
Dillard will return this kick. He will be at the Braves 45.
Braves with only 10 on the field. Bob having to run Wheeler on late. And that's going to be a false start. Yes, it is.
So that'll push St. Mary back 5 yards.
Well, we've seen Piran have some issues fielding these snaps back to him.
And that's, of course, if they don't wave this one off.
Which the center was kind of, moving the wrist to try and get the defense to jump. So simulating a snap would have been the call, which you kind of see that with deep snappers sometimes, but not to that effect.
So the Braves have made some adjustments here as the kick is away. Dillard will call for the fair catch. He'll let it bounce, and it takes a big St. Mary's bounce. It goes off the Spire player at the 32.
And they're going to say it died at the 30. It was kicked by a St. Mary's player around the 34.
Yeah, it was definitely kicked by the Spires, but this officiating crew has had some issues here tonight, to say the least.
Usually you see the bag come out, but Piran, with his rugby kicks, has continued to get the bounce all evening, and St. Mary's gets out of quite a hole there, Bob.
So the Braves are down by 1, 14:41 left to play here. 27-26, Spires are in front.
One thing I saw from Coach K was going over to his kicker, Nick Rodriguez, in that previous possession, just reminding him to stay positive because they know they're going to need him.
Kagi shotgun, Reader to his left, 3 receivers near side, 1 far side. Kagi will just take off with it. Nope, he'll dump it off. It'll be caught. Teal at the 40, and he'll drag some players with him to the 41, and it'll be a first down for the gain of 11.
You got to love the ability of Connor Kagi to keep his eyes downfield. Even when he's looking to run, he doesn't tuck it. He always keeps it out in front of him, which can be dangerous, but at the same time makes you dangerous as a quarterback because you can flip it out to a receiver.
Pistol look again. Reader the tailback, 2 over to the far side. Dillard near side. Clock running, 14:19 to go. 1st and 10 from the Braves 41 between the hashes. Snap. Handoff, Reader. Bounces it far side. He's going to be swallowed up, and that's going to be a loss of a yard back to the 39.
Offensive line just getting no push as the interior part of that defensive line with Sarasaris and Lednicki again leading the way for the Spires.
That's actually a loss of 2 to the 39.
Yeah, Reader now with 19 carries for only 50 yards. That's just over 2.5 yards to carry.
Shotgun, 2nd and 12 from the 39. 3 receivers set to the near side. Kagi will roll out near side. He's in trouble. He's going to get rid of it. It's going to be caught here near side at the 49. Dillard with a circus catch as Kagi was in trouble. First down yardage.
Yeah, Creighton on the coverage that time. Dillard just coming back to help his quarterback out. Really broke off his route to get towards the sideline, which is exactly how you teach it when you see your quarterback in trouble. Get near the sideline and be an option.
12 yards on the catch. 1st and 10 from the Spire. 49 shotgun again. Kagi looks, slings it far side, tight end Wheeler. He will be spun around, brought down. Let's see where they mark it. It'll be at the 46 of the Spires for a gain of 3.
Yeah, for Wheeler, that's his 3rd catch in the last 2 drives. Good to see the tight end getting involved. Really forces St. Mary to commit more players to the passing game, and they've been able to get a little bit of a rush with only 3 down linemen on the last 2 possessions.
So to make it 2nd and 7 from the 46, ball at the far hash of St. Mary's. Shotgun, Kagi fakes the handoff, slings it out, far side Teal. He'll be wrapped up quickly. He'll gain a yard to the 45, and they'll give him up to the 44, a gain of 2.
Holmes again on the tackle for the Spires. Came from that safety position, and he wasn't fooled as he was able to get off the block that time of Dylan Foose.
So 3rd and 5 here from the 44 of St. Mary.
Like to see Ottawa maybe go to a little bit of a speed option here on 3rd down. St. Mary really dropping guys into coverage.
Shotgun, Kagi. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Kagi in trouble. Gets away from 1. Keeps the ball. He's got first down yardage. Still on the speed. 35, 30, 25. And that's where he'll be brought down. They'll actually give him to the 24.
And Connor Kagi, when he puts his head down and gets forward, you can already give him 4 yards, and then he gets past 1 defender and gives a little bit of a shimmy shake at around the 30 and picks up another 6.
That's a 20-yard run there down to the 24 of the Spires.
And that's what happens when you only rush 3. It gives a lot of running lanes for the quarterback.
Shotgun Kagi. He'll send out Reeder here to the near side. He's in trouble. He's going to get away from trouble. And he'll be brought down for a sack at the 30.
Well, and that play was wrong from the beginning as Kagi sent Reeder in motion, and I'm not sure Reeder knew what the play was because that was going to be his protection from the backside, and it all collapsed on top of Kagi. And Reeder didn't really run around. I'm not sure he knew where he was going.
So that'll be a loss of 6. It'll make it 2nd down and 16. Ball is at the 30 of the Spires.
Just a reminder to Braves fans, Kagi has only been here since July, so this is a very new offense for him. You can't really dive real deep into the playbook.
Shotgun Kagi. Dumps it off. Wanted Reeder. It's incomplete.
Almost intercepted.
Not a good-looking ball there.
Well, and in this case, Bob, 10 or 15 yards will get you into field goal. 5 yards will probably get you into field goal range. 10 to 15 will get you into more comfortable field goal range for Rodriguez. You don't have to think about getting the sticks here if you're the Braves. If you make a play and there's going to be a timeout on the field.
So we'll take it with them. 10:38 to go. It's the Spires in front of the Braves, 27-26. We'll take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Ottawa University Braves football on 1220, 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com.
As a small business owner, you make every dollar count. So what could you do with $10? Go to Vistaprint.com today and you'll get 500 high-quality custom business cards for only $9.99. That's less than 2 cents per card. And at Vistaprint, your satisfaction is absolutely guaranteed. So it's never been easier to turn 500 strangers into connections. Just visit Vistaprint.com and use promo code 4343 at checkout. That's Vistaprint.com, promo code 4343.
Big 3rd down play coming up here for Ottawa University. It's 3rd and 16 from the Spires 30. 10:38 to go. It's St. Mary 27, Ottawa 26. And right now, Casey, this is maybe the play of the game here for Ottawa.
Well, but at the same time, I'm sure Coach K mentioned to the receivers, don't worry about getting to the sticks. Just find a way to pick up 5 or 10 yards here and get yourself into more manageable field goal range.
Shotgun. Kagan steps up, looks, throws, fires, finds Dillard far side. He catches it inside the 20.
And I'm not seeing
to the 19.
I'm not seeing the kicking team out on the field yet. And they are going to bring Nick Rodriguez out for the field goal attempt.
A gain of 11. Dillard will give Rodriguez, that catch will give Rodriguez a chance at a 35-yard kick from the far hash.
Beautiful catch there by Dillard, Bob. Low throw, diving out to make a huge grab.
This would give the Braves the lead again. Snap, placement, kick is away. There is a flag. The kick was no good.
But if it's offside, that's a first down for the Braves.
And that could be huge. We'll see what the official call is here. And that is a huge shotgun blast to the toes there by St. Mary as they give the Braves a first down, and now the ball will be placed at the 14.
Yeah, Rodriguez had plenty of leg on that kick, just missed it to the left. And just trying to get a little extra off the edge where the Spires defenders just can't have it there.
You go for 2 here if you get into the end zone, Casey.
I think right now with the confidence riding a little low for Rodriguez, maybe not a bad decision, but you got to get in the end zone first.
Shotgun Kagi. Reeder to the right of him. Kagi will roll out near side. He's going to try, gets away from one tackle, gets rid of it. It's incomplete. May have been tipped by the defensive back. Dillard was diving for it.
There's another flag on the field for roughing the passer on St. Mary.
And so these penalties really are hurting the Spires.
That's it. He tossed it as Kagi was on the ground.
So that'll be half the distance to the goal.
That's the 10th penalty on St. Mary for over 90 yards. Last week, only 4 for 42 and 2 back-to-back plays. 15 yards worth of penalties. Will place the ball inside the 10.
So it'll be first and goal from the 7.
And I'd like to see the Braves run that option. I know I've talked about it quite a bit, but when the Braves ran it earlier, they gave it to Reeder. St. Mary's dived on it.
Shotgun Kagi, 3 receivers near side. Dillard far side. The pass from Kagi short hops it to Dillard, incomplete. It'll be second and goal.
I like the route there by Dillard. Just the ball unable to get to him. Kagi's got to be confident and step into his throw.
11th play of this drive coming up. Started at the Braves 30 with 14:41 to go. Over 5 minutes now taken off on this drive. 9:36 to play in this ball game.
Well, an interesting substitution here for the Braves is they'll bring on Trayvon Hart, the tight end, 6'8", 220 from Overland Park, the transfer from Coffeyville. You like him at 6'8", potentially with a jump ball here.
Kagi, shotgun, low snap, steps back a couple of times, looks, throws, fires, wide open, hits his receiver in the hands, it's dropped.
And just a simple crossing route that the defender kind of got caught up in the wash as they kind of ran dual cross routes with him and Wheeler, and Dillard's going to be thinking about that one.
Wow.
A little behind him, but a catch that
should
feel
be
like
made.
Dillard would make in his sleep, but 10 catches, 138 yards, and 2 touchdowns so far. Can't be too upset with him if he dropped one.
No,
it's a big one.
But that's a big one right there. It'll be third and goal from the 7. 9.5 to play. Ball is at the far hash. Again, shotgun Kagi. 2 receivers near side, 2 far side. Reeder splits out. Kagi rolls out, has his man. It's going to be incomplete. It hit the ground. Dillard is not able to come up with it. And so now it brings up 4th down and another field goal attempt. But this one, a very manageable one, though, Casey.
It is, and you'd like to see the Braves run the ball maybe on 1st or 2nd down. Aren't able to come away with 6, but have a chance to take the lead. We'll see if Rodriguez can clear his mind and knock one through the pipes.
24-yard field goal attempt.
Still lots of time left in this game. Whether he makes this or not, still lots of time.
Ball at the far hash. Snap, placement, kick is away. That is good. 24-yard field goal attempt, good by Rodriguez. And the Braves back in front, 29-27, with 9:21 to play. We will take a 30-second break. You're listening to Ottawa University Braves football on 1220, 103.7 FM, and KOFO.com.
Pay off credit card debt with a personal loan from Marcus by Goldman Sachs. Life can add up quickly, like when your youngest needed braces the same week as your oldest tuition was due. And then you got hit with a vet bill for the real baby of the family. Debt happens. It's how you get out that counts. Get a personal loan from Marcus by Goldman Sachs. Fixed interest rates, monthly payment options, and no fees, ever. Learn more at Marcus.com.
Braves are back in front, 29-27 on a 24-yard field goal by Rodriguez. 13 plays, 70 yards, and 5 minutes and 20 seconds off the clock. With 9:21 to go, the defense now has to hold up their end of the bargain.
Starts with good kick coverage here. And so much time left. You cannot let your highs get too high and your lows get too low. And the defense played well on the last possession when they were out there. You're going to have to make another big play here.
3 back for the Spires, who are going to move from right to left. Kick is away, low line drive kick. Bounces at the 20, taken at the 13. Far side, now comes to the near side. And a big hit at the 25.
And a lot of players diving in late. And pushing and shoving after the play. And no flags fall on this one.
Good return there. That was by Espy. So the Spires, with 9:14 to play here, will start at their own 28-yard line. Wilson will be your tailback. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Cortez with the pistol look. Bad snap. He picks it up. Pump and go here near side. It'll be incomplete. We'll have a flag for pass interference as Tate Turner, the intended receiver, and the field judge here will mark it for pass interference.
A lot of hand checking there going down the field, and that usually goes the way of the offense, say 7 out of 10 times. And you got to continue to expect St. Mary's to take a lot of shots downfield here and try and pick on the freshman for the Braves as they did that time with Johnston.
15-yard penalty. We'll put it at the 43 of the Spires.
Got to give Cortez a lot of credit there for keeping his composure with the bad snap and to get off a good throw and give his receiver a chance and ends up forcing a pass interference.
Cortez has been impressive here in the second half. At the end of the first half, he was just 5 of 15.
He's now 14 of 28 for 253 and 3 touchdowns.
9 of 13 here in the second half. Shotgun Cortez, 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Wilson to the left of Cortez. 15 on the play clock. 1st and 10 from the 43. Cortez looks, throws, fires, has a man. Picked off by Ottawa University at the 27. And making a huge pick for the Braves was Trey Wheeler.
Yeah, Wheeler just saying stride for stride that time, then cuts inside as the receiver tried to cut off his route for the post. Didn't put enough air under it with the pass with Cortez. Threw it on the line. And Trey Wheeler gets the turnover mask.
And that is a huge one there. 9 minutes to go. And the Braves take over at their own 30-yard line. And you've got to like, this team has seen some troubles here in this game tonight. And the Braves have really fought through them. Right now with a 2-point lead and now an opportunity to milk some clock and try to get some more points on the board.
Look for some trickery here from Coach K, or maybe takes a shot downfield. Loves to do this after turnovers. We'll see if he tries to steal one here.
Under center, Kagi will have a flag. Delay a game against the Braves, and that is not good. You get the big turnover, and now a delay a game. Not good management there by Kagi. So it'll be 1st and 15 now from the Braves' 25. That turnover, though, 3rd one of the night for the Spires. Each team with 3 turnovers. 1st and 15 from the 25. Kagi swings it out near side. Reeder makes a man miss, bounces out 1. He was down, and there will be a flag coming in for a late hit as David Burton laid on Reeder after he was already down.
Yeah, and he hit him with the helmet, too. That could be targeting.
Right now, as it stands, would be just a gain of 2. And the student section is giving him a lot of stuff right now.
Reeder is really struggling. If that's helmet to helmet, he's done. And with the spear, we'll see what the officials say here, but they're trying to get that out of the game.
And he has been ejected. David Burton has been ejected from the ball game for targeting. Burton was the leading tackler at the end of the first half, and that's going to be a huge loss for this Spires defense.
And the backup for St. Mary's is Rashad Gesagiri, the junior 6'1", 240 from Los Angeles, California, who had a really good game last week against Tabor with 3 tackles and then 1 tackle for a loss. But St. Mary's piling up the penalties now. That is their 11th.
So targeting the call, Burton is gone. That moves the ball to the 43 of Ottawa. 1st and 10. Ball at the near hash. 8:51 to play. Braves in front, 29-27. Kagi in shotgun.
Well, and Burton here to the near side is not leaving the field.
Chambers will take the handoff. He has a little bit of room, gets around the far side. He's at midfield. He's at the 45, still on his feet. Forced out of bounds. At about the 41 of the Spires.
And Chambers, watching his film for a broken arrow, has a lot of really good vision down the field, made one man miss, and then got around the corner.
We'll give him to the 44. Handoff again, Chambers. Follows his blocks. He'll push forward to the 40 for a gain of 5. It was actually the 45. So that'll be second down and 5 coming up here. Run of 12 on the first, a run of 5 there. Second and 5 from the 40 of the Spires.
Gotta love these freshmen coming in and not missing a beat when their number's called.
Wheeler, the tight end, moves from near to the far side. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Hand off. Chambers has some room. 35, first down yardage. Here's a flag coming in. That'll be on Ottawa and a hold.
And that's going to go on one of the receivers.
Looked like Foose.
That's one he's got to disengage. Your running back's already got the first down. It's one you got to disengage, unfortunately. And they're going to call it on Arnaldo Mendoza, who is, well, he is the tackle on that side.
So a 10-yard penalty.
And that one hurts because that really takes you out of a running position here on second down, and you're going to have to go to the air.
And this one, it was from the spot, so.
Not as terrible as it ended up being, is that it was spotted at around the 35. So the ball goes back to the 46.
So 46, third and 11, or second and 11. Kagi rolls out far side. He's going to take off with it. Far side dives for the first down to the 35. We'll see where they mark it.
Well, one official has him only at the 40.
He went out of bounds at the 40.
It made it look really, really good. He sold it like he was still in bounds, but it should have been marked from where the ball went out of bounds first. Must have stepped out of bounds trying to go up the far sideline.
Gain of 6. It'll be third and 5 from the 40 of the Spires. Clock running, 7:20 to go. Braves in front, 29-27.
Here might not be a bad opportunity to take a shot here with Dillard. Single coverage here on the near side. They're actually going to bring him in tight so you can see him run a little bit of a corner or a flag route here.
Shotgun Kagi. He's in trouble, rolls out far side, slings it over, and it is picked off. What a play! Trying to get it to Dillard, and the defensive back there bobbled it. That looked like it was Holmes who got the interception.
Yeah, that's one Kagi's got to throw about 3 seconds earlier. Waited to the last minute to throw it. Dillard was open about 2 seconds into the play and ran a great crossing route. Really not, maybe it swings momentum, maybe it doesn't. But it really, it is a turnover in favor of St. Mary, but the Braves defense can make up for it right here with one big play.
First and 10 from the 39 of the Spires. Cortez pistol. Fakes the handoff. He's in trouble. He's sacked.
And Jacob Garcia gets there for Ottawa. Looks like Rodney Latham came off the edge as well.
That will be a loss of 7. Back to the 32. Second down, 17, 6:35 to play. Pistol again. 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. They'll hand it off, this time to the big back. And the Braves will bottle him up. Wilson will not get anywhere. He's going to lose more yardage back to the 29. That's a loss of 3.
This defense rising up to the moment here, Bob. Have to know the sticks here on third down with 6:10 to play.
Third and 20 from the 29 of the Spires. Pistol again. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. The crowd into it here. Cortez in trouble. He stacked. The Braves will bring him down. And this defense has come alive after being 8-8 away at by the St. Mary's team in the third quarter. This defense has answered.
Josiah Wilson on a little bit of a stunt. Comes from his defensive end position, goes inside, and then Greenwood goes to the outside, and the St. Mary's offensive line completely confused.
A loss of 18 yards on this drive, 5:27 to go. We'll have a timeout called because the Spires looked like they were going to go for it.
The Braves are going to catch a huge break. They had 12 on the field.
It's 4th and 28. Casey, let's take a look here at this Braves team. And when they came out, scored on their first drive after the big turnover on special teams to open it up. But then St. Mary's went on a roll, scored 3 touchdowns in that third quarter. This defense was struggling, and they have been able to put it together here in the fourth quarter and have found a way to make stops. And I don't know what the change might have been, but you've got to give it to Coach Pearson to make adjustments necessary. But these players also, too, who have faced some troubles in this ball game, and they have answered the bell.
Well, and I also think it might have a little bit to do with the legs for St. Mary at this point. They played 4 hard quarters against Tabor last week. Ottawa really putting the starters in for 2 quarters. They just look more fresh at this moment. Ottawa doing some things on the defensive back end. Not sure if they switched to a little more of a cover 2 instead of cover 3, but they're allowing more of a 4-man rush instead of a 3-man, and it's worked out well for the Braves. And Piran will go back to punt this one away.
Dillard is back at the Braves 45, 5:26 to go. Kick is away. It's not a good kick as far as height-wise. Dillard's going to pick it up, makes a man miss at the 40, spins around, still on his feet, 42, 45, and he will be brought down by several shirts at the Braves 45. But you can see that man has got some electricity.
And St. Mary's player signaling to get a player off the field, and if that's trying to get a number on
that is on Coughlin.
Chandler Coughlin, who's the backup linebacker, who's played a lot in this game, and he's going to go off with a shoulder injury.
But Casey, right here, this is where the Braves need the running game with 5:14 to go. Just try to salt this away. You've got a 2-point lead, 29-27, and this Spires defense has been game all night long.
Chambers is going to go back out there, Bob, at the tailback position. I would expect Coach K mentioned to him to hang on to that football with 2 hands. We know how well St. Mary's does stripping the ball out.
Fuson Teal far side, Dillard near side. Handoff, Chambers. He'll be eaten alive and brought down for a loss back to the 42 of Ottawa, a loss of 3.
St. Mary's with a engage 8 blitz for those that play Madden. Full out blitz. Kagi has to read that both the in and the outside backer collapse inside. He's probably still running all the way to Garnett if he keeps that ball.
4:45 to go. Well, I'm sure you get tired about Richmond, but you never know what kind of athletic ability he does have. Shotgun Kagi, 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Chambers will take it this time. And again, he's going to be stopped. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. The 42, no gain, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 13.
We'll see who can step up here for the Braves. It's been Darian Dillard this entire second half. We'll see if Kyle Teal or maybe Dylan Foose finds a way for the Braves to get a first down here on a 3rd and long.
So the tight end Wheeler's going to split out here near side. You'll have Foose, Teal, and Dillard to the far side. Chambers will be the running back to the left of Kagi and shotgun. 3rd and 13 from the Braves 42. Kagi rolls out far side, has time. He's just going to keep it and go out of bounds. He was well out of bounds and brought down, but no flags.
And a double whammy that time. It's Kagi unable to get rid of the ball, and he goes out of bounds. So the clock stops with 3:47.
So a gain of just a yard. It'll be 4th and 12 with the ball at the 43 of Ottawa, so Rodriguez will punt. 3:47 to play. Just a 2-point lead for Ottawa, 29-27. 1 back for the Spires, trying to see who that is. Kick is away, not a bad one. Fair catch called for at the 21. And they'll say the 22.
We've got some commotion, Bob, on the far side.
What'd you see over there? Oh, we got police officers.
Ottawa security.
It is Ottawa security.
Not something you want to see, emotions running high right now, but not something you can do.
Well, is somebody hurt over there? Is somebody down over there? Somebody is down. I'm not sure if it is a player or who it is.
But they have definitely stopped this game.
And they're waving for medical EMS to roll onto the field here.
Oh, no.
And it's over on the far side. I cannot see if it is a player or who it is. That is in the area, though, where Kagi was brought down.
I'm looking for him here on this near side, Bob.
And let's take a 60-second break here. 3:42 to play, 29-27 Braves in front. You're listening to Braves football on 1220, 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com.
Napa know-how.
Right now, Mobile One Full Synthetic Motor Oil is $29.99 for a 5-quart jug. Its advanced formula provides maximum sludge protection, defending your engine like a catcher defends home plate. So, get top-notch engine protection with the Mobile One Full Synthetic 5-quart jug for $29.99. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
General States pricing. Sales prices do not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees. Offer ends 9/30/18.
Come to Lowe's to kick off all kinds of outdoor projects to get your yard fall ready. Get natural areas around trees and shrubs looking their best with Preen Mulch with Weed Preventer and get 3 bags for just $10. Ready for fall colors? Refresh your planters and container gardens with colorful 3-quart mums, now only 3 for $12. All projects have a starting point. Start with Lowe's. Offers valid through 9/12 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See store for details. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. U.S. only.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
EMS is working on someone on the Spires sideline.
And I now see Athletic Director Araby Connor heading over there as well as she walks through the end zone. And
Spires will have the ball here, 1st and 10 from the 21. I'm surprised that they're going to go ahead and continue on here. So we'll try to keep an eye on. We'll try to bring you information as it becomes available. Lars, you're back at the station. If you get anything, you can break in with it. Cortez will dump it off. It'll be caught by the tailback, Wilson. He will be forced out of bounds. A gain up to the 25. That'll be a gain of 4.
Nice job by Cole Greenwood to stretch that one out to the far side.
So it'll be 2nd down and 6 from the 25 of the Spires. Ball at the far hash. Wilson, the tailback, 3 receivers near side. Cortez has time, wants to take off with it. He gets away from one tackle, won't get away from another one, and no gain there. It'll bring up 3rd down. Spires with 3:10 left to go. Casey, is this something you go for here, or do you punt if you get stopped here and try to make a defensive stand?
I think this is 4-down territory for the Spires here.
3rd down, 6 from the 25 of the Spires. Pistol look. Cortez with 3 receivers near side, 1 far side. It'll be incomplete. There's a late flag coming in from the linesman. And this is going to be pass interference on Ottawa. The Braves are wanting to say that it was too far over the head. And this is the same linesman who was on the other side of the field throwing hankies like they were going out of style in the first half.
A lot of hand fighting down this near side, and the big 1st down for St. Mary.
A big penalty there. We'll put that ball at the 40 of the Spires. We do hear the ambulance coming here. Well, that's going to be first responders coming as they're still working over on the Spires sideline. And really, I do not know why this game is still going on. They really need to stop this and get this taken care of on the far side.
The officials pressing on right here is not a good decision because you got to expect the EMS is going to drive out onto the track.
Yeah. 1st and 10 from the 40, 2:45 to go. Cortez will hand it off. That's going to be the tailback, Wilson. He's going to pick up a couple to about the 42. .2:30 to play. Clock running. 2nd and 8 from the 42. Ball at the far hash. 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. Pistol again. Cortez looks, throws, fires, dropped. It was in the wide receiver's hands. Would have been first down yardage, and he dropped it. Not able to see who that was over there. But it'll be 3rd down and 8 at the 42 now of the Spires. 2 receivers here to the near side. One of those looks to be maybe Barnhart. 1 to the far side. Pistol again. Wilson the tailback. Cortez facing some trouble. He's going to be brought down. The ball comes loose. Do the Braves have it? The Braves have it! Cortez fumbles the ball. That will be the 4th turnover of the night. And the Braves, with a first down, can end this ball game with 2:05 to play.
Yeah, a combination of Isaiah Beal that time and Josiah Wilson. Braves still have to pick up at least 1 first down. The St. Mary's does have 1 timeout left.
This has been an incredible ball game tonight, and if you were not here to see it, shame on you.
But if you're watching on the live stream, thank you for watching.
Yes, thank you for watching. And we have had all kinds of stuff go on all night long. But the Braves now have it 1st and 10.
James Reeder back out at tailback. Bob, he's fumbled twice tonight. Has to protect the football.
1st and 10 from the 37 of the Spires. Braves in front, 29-27. Reeder with it, pushes across the 35, and he's down to the 33 for a gain of 5. Braves with over 410 yards of offense here tonight. 2nd and 5 for Ottawa, a $1:42 to play here. Spires still with 1 timeout here.
Got to think they'll use it here after 2nd down. Ottawa might let this one go all the way down and then call timeout themselves.
90 seconds to play.
Yeah, Kagi just needs to wait a little bit. Don't rush it. Snap it around 3.
Kagi under center. Takes the snap. Hands it off Reeder. Reeder, first down yardage. Bounces off of the tackler. And he's down to the 27 for a gain of 6.
And Ottawa can kneel this one out, Bob.
And what you have to say, what guts and heart here for this Ottawa team, because that first half, this game should have been further apart than what it was. St. Mary hung into it, actually got the lead, and this team able to bounce back and get a victory here as they go into victory formation with 55 seconds to play. Kagi, with 10 on the play clock, will let it roll down. He'll go under center. They'll still have to take one more snap. And no, actually, yep, they'll have to do one more snap as Kagi will take the knee. But an answer in the 4th quarter to the 3rd quarter of the Spires, and you got to like what you've seen here tonight, Casey.
Well, both these teams have a bright future going forward. What I really like, Bob, I know St. Mary's comes up short tonight. They beat Ottawa 2 years ago in Leavenworth. Ottawa does win one last year. But this matchup is quickly becoming a rivalry, which you have to love as a Brave fan because it is your shortest drive currently. Avila will be in that same realm of time as well here soon. But I love the fact that this game is becoming a rivalry as it is the closest contest for both of these teams.
And the Braves will win it as Kagi takes the final kneel, and that's your ball game, 29-27. Ottawa University comes back to win, and we will take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll talk with head coach Kent Kessinger. You're listening to Braves football on 1220, 103.7 FM KOFO, and KOFO.com.
Have you tried that trendy new dating app? You can have months of frivolous fun with people who just love to play games. But if you're ready for something more grown-up, try the Match app. Over 30,000 new people a day are heading to Match for grown-up conversations that lead to great dates and beyond. Our listeners that go to Match.com can start for free today. View photos and informative profiles to get a deeper sense of the people you'd like to meet. Start for free today at Match.com. That's Match.com.
Time to shop hundreds of specials at Macy's for you, the family, and your home, in-store and online. Like men's performance suiting, designer sport coats, and blazers, $99.99. Tops and denim for her, 50% off. And 900 thread count sheet sets for just $29.99 through September 9th at Macy's. Savings off sale prices, exclusions apply. Macy's Star Rewards now offers benefits everyone can enjoy no matter how they pay. Sign up for free in-store or at Macys.com/Star Rewards.
As a small business owner, you make every dollar count. So what could you do with $10? Go to Vistaprint.com today and you'll get 500 high-quality custom business cards for only $9.99. That's less than 2 cents per card. And at Vistaprint, your satisfaction is absolutely guaranteed. So it's never been easier to turn 500 strangers into connections. Just visit Vistaprint.com and use promo code 4343 at checkout. That's Vistaprint.com, promo code 4343.
The Braves come from behind and win 29-27 as St. Mary. They allowed St. Mary to get back into this ballgame and take the lead in the third period. Casey, you throw the first half out. You can't throw that out. I mean, the Braves really should have put more points on the board in that first half and had a bigger lead than what was already there. But they went in at the half with the lead of 13-6, and came out in the second half, and you thought things were going to go their way, but St. Mary's puts 3 touchdowns on the board before Coach Thomas Pearson is able to make some adjustments to this defense, which allowed this team to come back with a victory.
And sorry, Bob, I'm trying to watch from that far side. I completely agree with you on the offensive side. Looks like that individual might have gotten up on the far side now.
So hopefully it was
walking across the field. Apologize for
no, that's okay.
that was Taylor Petty, who played for the University of St. Mary 2 years ago, who's on this Ottawa roster now, ran over there to talk to the individual, and there's no one on the stretcher at this point,
which is good.
Which
is good. It's always a scary thing when you see that, but
oh goodness gracious.
But it is good that nobody is there on that stretcher.
No, which is great to hear, because that was a pretty scary sight here at Brave Field early on. Ottawa offensively came out swinging. Really felt like they should have scored 21, 28 points in the first half, and I'm sure Coach K will talk about that. Jumping and getting into the end zone. You miss an extra point, you miss a field goal attempt. You come back and you make a big one for Nick Rodriguez there in the third quarter, which ends up being the game-winning field goal in the end for the Braves. But overall, this team has come a long way from last season and has picked up 2 big victories to start 2018. And we knew Darian Dillard had the ability to be a big play receiver. He did it last week against Bethel and responds with an even better game this week. 10 receptions, 138 yards. And 2 touchdowns for the senior from St. Louis, Missouri.
And it's good to see this side again. The yellow and gold coming over to sing to the student section, the alma mater. Braves had 6 sacks in this ball game tonight, and some of those none bigger than what came in that fourth quarter to give the Braves the victory.
Well, and you looking at the sacks and the minus plays that St. Mary had, or Ottawa had there in the fourth quarter. Sacked by Isaiah Beal. They bring in pressure with Jarrell Taylor from his safety position. Give a lot of credit to defensive coordinator Thomas Pearson for bringing blitzes and putting pressure in front of Cortez after Cortez looked like a completely different quarterback in the third quarter, as he ended up with all 3 touchdowns coming in the third, did have 1 interception in the fourth, but a completely different quarterback from the first and second quarter to the third.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Cortez had a great second half. He finished the game 15-31, 257, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. He was just 5 of 15 at the end of the first half. But hands on, you got to enjoy what Connor Kagi did here tonight. 26 of 46, 286, 3 touchdowns, 2 INTs. You're going to have some interceptions with that gunslinger mentality. but there were some plays that he did out there tonight that kept some drives alive and kept this Braves team churning down the field.
Well, you mentioned the ability to keep drives alive. That last drive for the Braves, they were able to hit the go-ahead field goal in the third quarter. Kagi was able to pick up a first down on 3rd and 11 with his legs and got the Braves into field goal range to give them a chance to take the lead for good.
And, of course, Darian Dillard, 10 receptions, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns. I'd like to see some of the defensive stats before we would give ourselves a player of the game, but, offensively, Darian Dillard with some huge plays.
Well, you can look at the first half on that crossing route on the post play, wide open there, and then the smart play to just back up your teammate on the pass in the end zone. Kagi throws it across his body, gets tipped in the air as it was heading to Dylan Foose, ends up in the hands of Darian Dillard. And as long as you're locked in on the play, you're still involved, things like that start to happen and the ball will end up in your hands. So Darian Dillard, got to feel great for the guy. Season-ending injury in the scrimmage last year, did everything he could to get back to 100%, and it is showing on the field this season.
Well, and let's give some kudos to Nick Rodriguez. He struggled tonight with some extra points. We had, when it came right down to it, though, he was able to get the game-winning field goal and made it count when he needed it to.
Well, and he had some good punts as well to flip the field to give some long fields for St. Mary. Rodriguez hits the field goal when it matters to give the Braves the win in the end. We're trying to look here and see Isaiah Veal, 1.5 sacks, 1 tackle for loss, 2 forced fumbles. Has a strong resume for defensive player of the game. Colby Johnson also had a fumble recovery, and then Trey Wheeler with the interception. So either of those 3 would be good picks for defensive player of the game.
I would have to say that is a pretty good stats right there.
Trey Wheeler, though, did have the interception to kind of slam the door on St. Mary.
Yes, as Coach Kessinger getting ready to join us here, as we're going to talk with him. A huge victory here tonight, and I got to say that there were some questions answered here tonight. There are still some questions to be answered, but this team with adversity handled it very well and was able to get a big victory, and that's got to be a huge confidence boost.
Yeah, it was. I think the biggest boost was defensively. The fact that if you go back a year ago and you put us in those same situations, defensively we're a lot different. And I think that they really made some big plays. We talked about the secondary and potentially getting tested. And they had a couple big plays. And, man, I'll tell you what, I'm giving my hats off to St. Mary because that could be the best St. Mary team I've ever seen play. And they were making plays. I mean, their receivers were just going up and getting it and coming down with stuff. And, we got sometimes you just got to keep moving in the right direction and the luck goes your way. And we had a couple of those, go our way, and our defense came up big.
And that I really got to say, the St. Mary came out in the third quarter and really was pouring it on. I mean, you had at the end of the first half, Cortez was not doing so well, 5 of 15. He comes out in the third quarter. He's on fire. He gets the lead to the Spires. But this defense made some adjustments and then started making some big plays. And hats off to Coach Thomas Pearson and the boys here tonight.
Yeah, I tell you, Coach Pearson had a tremendous game plan going for us. Our kids, really got after, pinned their ears back on the D-line. I mean, the D-line was fantastic. I saw those guys in there harassing the quarterback, and that's the thing that we talked about. We were going to have to put pressure on him. We were going to have to put him in a spot where he didn't want to, be comfortable throwing the ball. And he got away with some throws that made some big plays, just kind of ducking and chucking. But I think that the guys did a really good job of doing it. We ran some games, we ran some pressures, we got into some different fronts. Coach Pearson, I mean, if we give a helmet sticker out to coaches, he's definitely getting one of those and the rest of the defensive staff.
And what about Nick Rodriguez? He had his struggles here tonight, but he was able to put it together to get the game-winning field goal.
Yeah, and I told him after he missed that other one, as I said, hey Nick, we got to have you. It's going to come down to a kick. It's going to come down to you winning the football game for us, and it ended up being that way. I mean, I think we could have had a couple more. We had a couple passes that were errant, You know, if we have them on the money, we score, 3 times. We have 3 opportunities. And I was a little worried because I think I was going into my bag of tricks for touchdown matchup type things, on 3 consecutive plays, and we weren't coming away with it. So hats off to Nick being able to persevere through it. And that's what we talked about with our guys. We got 5 core values, and one of those values is persistence, and that means to be able to battle through the highs and the lows of things, and I think they did a great job of that today. Well,
and I was going to bring this up. It felt like to us up here there were some points left out there on the field, especially in the first half tonight.
The first half, I think that we had 3 opportunities that we let go by where we should have come away with points, touchdowns, and we didn't. And as well as Connor played in the first game, I think he was down a little bit this week when it came to that. We have some pretty good competition at that quarterback. I'm probably going to take a pretty good look at Spencer this week and see what he can do. Hopefully I didn't mess with his emotions too much tonight, because there's a couple 4 or 5 times where I was ready to make a switch and just give Connor a little bit of a breather and let somebody get out there. And I've noticed in the past that's helped with quarterbacks. Just seemed like in situations it always didn't lend itself to it. But we're gonna have a good competition this week, like we do every week at every position, and that's one of them.
And what a fight tonight to get this victory, 29-27. Now you got to turn your sights to a homecoming on Saturday.
Yeah, gonna head back to the Borg, and hopefully be able to improve on this week. I don't know what the final score with Bethany and those. I know that some early games we had in the NAI. We got to do ratings for this next week. Some early games were some pretty good ones. Baker, I think, lost, but I don't know how the KCAC was doing.
Bethel is leading Bethany 28-21 with 7 minutes to go in that ball game. Kansas Wesleyan just absolutely destroyed Friends today, 83-0.
Yeah.
That was just...
They're pretty good, I think.
Yeah. Southwestern, at last report, was in front of Sterling, but nothing is updated on that one in a while. Yeah.
And I think there was only 4 games in the KCAC this year.
Avila beat McPherson 54-31.
Yeah, I think Avila's
700 yards of offense.
They're the real deal. They're definitely the real deal, that's for sure. That's one of the things. You go to the early part of the conference meetings and stuff, and you just don't know anything about anybody, and especially a new team coming into the conference. But I think that they're going to be definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Bethel is up on Bethany?
43-20.
Oof.
All right.
So.
Sterling is up on Southwestern, 43-20, but Bethel is up on top of Bethel.
So Sterling is up on Southwestern. 43-20. Oh, wow.
Another topsy-turvy weekend.
I'll tell you what, as I was doing the ratings I was doing them last night, and I basically went off the first 2 weeks. I pretended that we were actually doing ratings, and you had people moving down, and then I looked at them real briefly this afternoon after we got done with our pregame meal, just to kind of see where they are. So I had a mindset for going into tomorrow. And then now you got Sterling, that doing what they're doing. I don't know. It's crazy for sure.
Hey, all that matters tonight, Braves are 2-0.
That's all that matters, because in the end, as long as we keep on getting W's, we're going to be moving in the right direction.
That's it. We'll talk about this game Tuesday night with Coach. We'll talk about the Bethany game with the Pizza Time Kent Kessinger Show. Coach, congratulations.
Thanks, Bob.
Thanks for coming through on that promise to talk about a victory.
Yeah, and I got to get to the other broadcast here real quick.
All right, get on over there.
Thank you.
We're going to wrap this one up here from Braves Field. Casey, there's still some questions to be answered, but I think at the end, when you look at that, facing the adversity that they faced, you got to like what you see.
Oh, absolutely. You knew St. Mary's won a close one last week against Tabor. They had been battle-tested. Braves run away from Bethel last week, able to take their starters out after 2 quarters. Braves had to go all 4 tonight. Gave up a 14-point lead with 21 unanswered coming from St. Mary's, and for Ottawa to battle back with the momentum all in the favor of St. Mary and score that touchdown to tie it up and then eventually take the lead with 10 unanswered is huge for Ottawa and a big confidence booster. Sounds like Bethany is struggling against Bethel. We saw what the Braves did to Bethel last week, but at the same time, this is the KCAC, and from week to week, teams change and teams play better at home than they do on the road. And anytime Ottawa goes to Lynchburg, it's personal. for them, and they've made it well known to us in the booth that it's personal a few times, I think. So it's something where when the Braves get there, it is going to be physical, and they gave Ottawa quite a beating a year ago in Lindsburg, and the Braves are going to have that killer mentality that they had against Bethel 2 weeks ago, where when you can score on 5 of 6 drives and start a game, you're going to run away with it. Yes. Tonight, Ottawa scored early. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough as they were only up 14-6. You felt like they might have left 14 or 21 points out there when they might have been able to put St. Mary's away at the half. And that's going to come with winning more games. This is a group that only won 3 games last year, 4 the year before, that is trying to learn to win on the fly. And if you get through next week with a victory, you're probably running into the hottest team in the conference. But when you're undefeated, the ability to feel like things are going in the right direction, that momentum rolls with you. You can roll into Salina and beat a Kansas Wesleyan team that puts 83 points on Friends. So you think about next week, you got Kansas Wesleyan in 2 weeks, you take care of business in Lindsburg on Saturday, and you set up for a nice showdown in Salina in 2 weeks.
Well, Casey, thanks for joining us here tonight. We want to say thank you to everyone listening to us.
Our fans in front of us.
Our fans in front of us also that are here. We want to say thank you to Lars back at the station, keeping us on the air. Great job tonight there, kiddo. And that's going to wrap it up for us here tonight. We'll talk to you Tuesday night from Pizza Time as we have the Pizza Time Kent Kessinger Show here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOF. Final score once again, Braves win 29-27. I'm Bob Johnson. Thanks for listening.
We hope you enjoyed this OU Braves football broadcast on KOFO. Brought to you by Sutton's Jewelry, Quality Structures Incorporated, Ransom Memorial Health, Modern Woodman Agent Dale Pearson, Ottawa University, and by Lamb Roberts Funeral Home, Superstand's Cleaning Service, Kramer Pharmacy, Kansas State Bank, Constantino's Price Chopper. OU Braves football on KOFO is also brought to you by the Ottawa Recreation Commission, Adams & Brothers, Dingle & Son Mortuary, Arvest Bank, CarStar, C.S. Cunningham Construction, and by Leon's, the Ottawa Herald, Bank Midwest, the City of Ottawa, and State Farm Agent Keith King. For more information about our next Brave Sports broadcast, log on to the KOFO Sports page at KOFO.com and listen on air for the KOFO Sports Calendar. This has been an exclusive presentation from your sports source for East Central Kansas, KOFO.
Have you tried that trendy new dating app? You can have months of frivolous fun with people who just love to play games. But if you're ready for something more grown-up, try the Match app. Over 30,000 new people a day are heading to Match for grown-up conversations that lead to great dates and beyond. Our listeners that go to Match.com can start for free today. View photos and informative profiles to get a deeper sense of the people